Hello, everyone. It's Jean. One day at a time, Farmstead. I am, for some reason, not showing up. There we are. All right. I was wondering what was going on there. Don't see anybody in here just yet. Still trying to get everything set up. Hey, Bud Files. You're in here. How you doing? I know you got here about 6:30. Thank you for coming in. Kind of got a delay here. Waters Family Homestead. Thanks for coming in. Love the land every day. Thank you for coming in. Little distracted here for a second, guys. I'm kind of delayed. I gratefully appreciate y'all coming in. Give me just 1 second. What's up, Dallas? You need something, son? Yeah. Hurry up. What? Not right now. We'll talk in a minute. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. We got teenager coming in hungry and wanting to raid the candy bag. So, how's everybody doing tonight? We have our new little baby goats that are getting close to being a month old in 5 days, I believe. The first set of babies is going to be a month old, and then a day later, the next one. Hey, Simply Jan Homestead, thanks for coming in. So glad you're here. And Heather Landscrum and Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. Tamara, hey, thank y'all for coming in. Trying to set Mark's phone on Do Not Disturb. He is in the shower. He literally just walked in the door. So I'm playing on his phone, my phone, and everything else. Yeah, our little baby goats are going to be a month old soon. I put a little fisher out there trying to get some help with names, and Michael from Waters Family Homestead was so kind to do a little shout out asking for people to come check us out and help us name our baby goats, and we appreciate that so much, Michael. We are going to do a live drawing of the names. I'm going to put the names in separate containers and draw them out at 7:30. And whatever comes out is what its name is. I did say in the video, no vulgar, nothing like that, because it won't even be entered in. So if you have any name suggestions, we have on our channel, Name Them Goats. Please go check it out and submit your names so they can get thrown into the hat too. So we are also asking for help with a logo, and we're going to do a $50 gift card for whoever does the best and the one that we accept as our logo. I have ideas. I've drawn up some things. I've took commercial art, but I just thought it would be fun to get you guys to help us do that, because I really respect y'all and I thank y'all. And how awesome would that be to know that you helped design our logo, and we shout that out and tell everybody once we do choose a logo that you've helped. So we appreciate every single one of y'all. I know that Jan with Simply Jan Homestead has some new little giraffes. No, just kidding. She has some sheep and little baby lambs, and well, young. They're not tiny babies, but they're young. So go check her out and go watch her little videos with her new babies on her farm. And hey, Bud Files, I know y'all were in earlier and y'all back in, so thanks for coming back. So we've just been real busy. I was very under the weather last week, several days. I was hurting all over. Um, my muscles, my bones. I was tired and just totally feeling under the weather, not myself at all. So thank God that Mark and Dallas helped take care of the animals and the farm kept going on, which was a major blessing because it's hard when you worry about all these things and you're not feeling well. So thank God we did have them here to help out with that. And I'm trying to play catch up on his chat. Have to go out and come back in so he can be ready when he comes back to help read some of these chats and help me out because it's hard for me to see the screen and I have his TV, listen to me, his phone in my hand, trying to see the chat there instead of trying to read it off the screen. So, Heather, thank you so much, and thank you, Tamra. That means the world to me. I thank everybody that prayed for me during that time because prayers work. As we all know, prayers are a great thing and they work. Mark, how much longer are you going to be, honey? Trying to get him out here so I have him to talk to too. But so what's new with everybody this week? Anything you want to share that you put out on your channel that other people might be interested in going to see? I don't know if I did it correctly. I pinned the link in the description or in the chat, and or at least I tried to. So thank you. Love that land every day. Love the land every day. If I do know you and you want to come up here and get in on the live, get on the platform with me, I would love that. And we can chat back and forth. It's always fun when you have somebody else. Thank you, Jan. Somebody else just to converse with. It's always a lot better because you just feel like you're rambling on sometimes when you're talking to yourself. I'm talking to you guys, but you know what I mean. It's just kind of weird. Sometimes I'm more comfortable than other times. But Mark should be out here shortly. He had a very long day. And I mean, he just breezed in the door a matter of minutes ago trying to get here. And he hates it because he don't want to be going that long every evening. And especially on Tuesdays, we had pushed our time up to 7, hoping that would give him enough time to get here. You trying to get in the ones? She says she wants to be in here, Hanina. She wants to say hi to everybody. Say hi. That's our little Nina. She is almost 12 years old, and we keep her in here because she's old and she's got some issues with everybody else on the farm. So we kind of keep her in here so we keep the peace because she is something else. There he is. Let him slide in here. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So,
So what's going on?
not too much. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Everybody was wishing me well and glad that I'm feeling better. So I'm thankful for all that. If you see a chat that I don't, please help me because I'm having trouble reading.
What you
Our weekend was okay. Let's do this where I can see better and everybody else can see. Our weekend was okay. Went for a walk and saw fall colors. I'm still coughing and doing good. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're coughing, Heather. I hope you feel better. I hate that. We'll be praying for you. Lord, we ask that you help Heather feel better in the name of Jesus, like ASAP. And I gratefully appreciate the moderators that come in and help out and watch everything. It's a blessing to have you guys. I can't say it enough. I appreciate y'all so much.
Hi, Jen. Hey, Jen, Tommy.
Love that land every day. She says she's been picking black walnuts and dehydrating a lot of pumpkins and apples. That is awesome. I don't know that I've ever had black walnuts, but I love nuts and I love, love, love the dehydrating process. I'm sure the apples taste really, really good.
They do.
And I love pumpkin seeds. I've never had them
Pumpkin seeds are
dehydrated.
good too.
I've never had them dehydrated.
I love,
How do you do that?
Love the land every day. Hi.
How do you do that, love the land every day? And you can give us a first name if you'd like. And that way we can call you by your first name if you choose.
This is upsetting barking.
I think that might be Lila
Lila.
at the chicken. I actually put a new rooster in over there by Penelope, our other pig, because we have a chicken over there that needed a friend, but the rooster is so confused, like, where do I go? What do I do? He's ready to roost, and he's having a spaz attack because he doesn't really know where he's supposed to roost tonight. So hopefully he'll get okay with that this evening. But since he's running around like a crazy thing, they're all excited barking. So Tamara says she's been watching Love the Land every day, and I'm sure they appreciate that, babe. Let's see. Simply Jan, we found a pecan tree right in our driveway. Oh, wow. Been here 2 years and never knew it was there. Haha. That's pretty good. Do you have to have more than one pecan tree? I don't know if it's like fruit trees where they actually grow and put off pecans. Don't know. It's a first for me with black walnuts. Do you grow them on your property? Is that what you were saying? I got to go back up to the.
My chat flag and I can't get it.
Yeah, mine too.
I'm way behind.
When you said you've been picking them, Love the Land every day, is that off your own property or you picked them from somewhere else? Thank you so much for sharing, Heartland, Tamara. And I'm sure you probably shared out Love the Land every day as well. Marty is your name. Good. Like Marty Ross. Okay, good deal, Marty. So glad that you are with us. We appreciate you. Is that 3.5 years? I'm looking at 31.
I think it's
See,
30.
It's 3.5 years.
Three
The
and a half.
half, the way that
okay. It meant, yeah.
Yeah. And I read it wrong. I'm so sorry, Jan.
Give me Love the Land so I can subscribe to them.
Huh?
I'm trying to.
Can y'all drop the link, somebody, for Love the Land every day for us?
Yeah.
And that way, Marty, we can, the ones that hasn't subscribed, we can subscribe. I know I have. And Michael from Waters Family Homestead says he's got several black walnuts on your property. Really huge crop this year. Wow. Seems so weird. I mean, I don't know if y'all have had a lot of rain, but we sure haven't. So I don't know how anything's producing.
4 or 5 inches tomorrow. There's a low depression going into the Gulf, and it's supposed to slide up on us. So, amen. We need it.
Yep. I haven't been, I've been watching some, but I've tried to watch some new channels that are supportive and just trying to give back that support. So Jan posted the link for us. Thank you, Jan. That way y'all can go and check Marty out.
I subscribed to Marty just now, so
Good deal. And Mark just subscribed to you as well on his personal channel. We are all about
spreading the love.
spreading the love and sharing and telling other people about each other's channels. I think that's what we should do, is help each other out. And that's what we're all about. So Michael says, my grandkids were picking up hundreds this past weekend. Wow.
That's cool.
I'm going to go and check out your
Put the
videos.
grandbabies to work. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. And kids love that kind of
they
thing.
do. They love, my grandbabies love.
And
getting
Marty
engaged.
said, thank you to everybody. And thank you so much, Jan, for telling everybody hit that like button. We greatly appreciate that. Guys, I'm going to repeat myself again on October 17th, next Tuesday on our live at 7:30. We're going to be drawing the names that were submitted for our baby goats. We put a video out called Name Them Goats, and Michael Whitwater's Family Homestead shared that out for us and told people to go check us out, and we gratefully appreciate that. So next week at 7:30, we do our live at 7, but at 7:30, we're going to allow enough people to get in there, and we're going to do our live drawing, and that's what the baby goats' names are going to be. So if you want to submit some names for the baby goats, we have 3 boys and 2 girls that need names. I named one as soon as she came out. She had a little silver streak on her side and by her neck, so I named her Sylvia. It just popped out. I was going to let everybody name them, but it just popped out. Now her name is Sylvia, and I'm going to call her Sylvie for short.
She's cute too.
Marty said, my crop is light compared to others. I've seen where the black walnuts cover the ground. Wow. I've never seen that. I mean, here I've seen pecans and stuff, but I've never ever witnessed any other kind of nut.
I don't think the black walnuts grow in Mississippi too good.
Maybe not.
On those.
Thank you, Jan. She's so cute. Little Miss Sylvia. They all adorable. Oh, this afternoon, I went out to do my check on the animals, make sure everybody had fresh water, give the mama goat some more food, and give them some oak branches to gnaw on. And when I went out, I see one of our pygmy babies outside of the gate running around, and I was having a heart attack. I'm like, oh my gosh, because the chickens, some of them right by the gate, you know how they do their dust bath? They bellied out. I know, they bellied out a hole, and those babies are so tiny, it just slipped right under there. And I talk about fun to catch.
So they can't...
Yeah, I put something there. But oh my goodness.
I can't drop the gate no more. It's dragging.
I was trying to sneak up, and finally the little boy got, little girl, it was a little girl, excuse me. She got behind our feed barrels. So I was able to trap her because they are fast.
They are fast, and they can jump.
Super fast. And we haven't really been holding them and playing with them a whole lot because I would have done that a lot last week, but me feeling not too good, it didn't happen.
Did you see Heartland said you can use the black walnuts and you smash them and they can apply to the skin a healed ringworm.
Okay. So yes, Tamra with Heartland HQ says we used to have them on my mom's property, black walnuts. When in hull, smash the hull to bruise it, apply to the skin, heals ringworms and other cuts. It will stain your skin for a few days. Oh, wow. That is wild. Now y'all have me so curious. I'm going to go do some research on this one after this live is over.
Yes, I do agree. When you have a baby and the name just comes to your heart, you just got to go with that name.
Yeah.
It's important just to give them the name that comes up.
Yep, that is great information. Thank you so much, Tamara. I love that when y'all just chime in and give information like that. And please don't hesitate to talk about your channel. I know people say on some channels they don't want self-promotion. I want it. I want y'all to promote your channel. That is one of the main reasons Mark and I started doing lives, is because we want to be promoters. We want to
I thought we just
help.
wanted to talk to people.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We want to, shout out other channels and let other channels get up there on the lives, because I know that it's important for us to share each other out and give exposure where they might not have, or we might not have had exposure. When you know with name. That's right. Thank you. So Heather just went and subscribed to Waters Family Homestead. I am sure Michael will appreciate that, Heather. He is a wonderful guy. You will really love him. So it dries up and flakes off.
She named her donkey before she even owned him. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a cutie patootie.
I want to get a donkey.
I do. I want many donkeys. I think I told you that, Jan.
Yeah, I want to get a couple.
She named him Toby.
Toby.
And Toby's a cutie. How is Toby and the new baby, the lambs, getting along, Jan? That's awesome. They getting along good? You just never know. I think Toby will be a good protector for them. And I do have it right, Jan? I've got so many names in my brain right now. It is Toby, correct?
She said they still separate. Toby and the lambs are still separate.
Okay. But the good thing is they can see each other and they're close, and he'll get to know that his job is to protect them. And how's the dogs liking the little lambs?
You're gonna keep them.
Yep, sharing is caring. You're correct.
Yep. Compassion.
We always do 2 to 3 months. Not telling you what you have to do, but we usually do, especially when they can see each other. They're close enough to see each other, smell each other. We usually leave them about 2 months, sometimes 3 months, depending on if we think that they're ready or not, before we let them get together. Everybody's like, how does all your animals get along so good? Because we have so many.
Well,
and
not just that, but we pray over our property.
We do pray.
God knows what we, what
oh wow. Tamara said that, using them black walnuts and stuff, like she said, that the ringworms will dry up and flake off. Craziest thing I've ever seen. That is crazy. Tell you what, them old folks, now we the old folks, are
I'm young.
Very smart. If we follow their remedies and stuff, we'd, for one, save a whole lot of money, and for two, go back to our roots. The dogs don't bother the lambs. Very good. That's good. I love seeing animals get along, and we have all different kinds of animals. The duck, I laugh because we have a duck that we named Dingy Duck that is
he goes anywhere he wants.
Yeah, he goes all over the property, but he thinks he's a cat. And I got a pig that thinks he's a dog.
Jan said our grandparents knew what to do. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
We should have paid more attention. I know.
Uh-oh, lost us for a minute there. There we go. Yes, we should. These kids today too. Excuse me. We're trying to teach Dallas, things that a lot of children his age don't know. And
he's more worried about Call of Duty now.
Yeah. but he's a teenager and he's got,
Sure thing.
you know, his
I
little
like to see
likings.
when his plumbing breaks in his house and he can't fix it.
Well, that's your job to
Or
teach
his
him how.
walls rotting out from termites and he can't fix it.
He can, because he's been right beside you while you're
No,
doing
he's been paying attention.
But yeah, we try to teach him things as much as he'll take in. But you know how teenagers are. I think they listen more than we think they do. They just act like
Oh, he
they're ignoring
does.
us. Our elders were the historians and storytellers. Love them while they're here. Listen attentively. That's right. You're absolutely correct. You know what? There's nothing wrong with us getting older, because
What?
the Bible says this is a crown of glory.
I'm not getting older.
All this is just nothing but white
Mhm.
hair, white hair.
I'm not older.
My sister says she wishes her hair was the white color mine is, but I used to put color in it years ago, and I'm like, I am so over that mess. So over it. I want nothing to do with it. Yep, life's lessons, I can't even talk, I'm tripping over my own tongue, are priceless. Jan, let's clarify that. Tamara said older, not old. That was fun. But yeah, Nina is the puppy that poked her head in here a while ago. She is sweet as can be to us, but I think she is so jealous of all the other animals that, oh, thank you, that she just goes and barks and barks and barks. And you know, we have Ginger and Angel, which are the latest two rescue dogs that we have, and she cannot stand them, especially Ginger. And today I bought Ginger inside for a little while, and I said, you know, was telling them they have to get along, and just trying to get them used to each other's smell and let them meet each other on a different level. But I had to be very, very careful, because both their hairs are standing up on their backs. Hello, Gillum Farms, Johnny and Christine. Thank y'all so much
Johnny.
for coming in. I don't know if Christine's there or not.
Oh.
I don't know if she's traveling right now
I don't even think
for
they
work.
see me.
Out. Well, get your tail in here.
I was kind of laid back, relaxing.
He's been working and came in late, so he's kind of crept in on that side. Try to point it down a little bit.
You're an old soul, Miss Jean.
Because I'm old.
Christine is traveling.
Well, thank you, Johnny, for coming in. I don't know if you got to see, the video. Yep, them chickens are hard to do because they're scattered all over the place, so it's a lot of fun. That was a blast doing that,
What'd
though.
you do to the chickens?
I've seen a few other channels. Mark hadn't got to see it yet. Johnny put out a video where he's counting. He almost, a lot of his videos with his cows, he counts his cows. And so there's a joke going around. Christine made a video where she was counting her things in her garden and different things, you know. Yeah. And then it just kind of spread like wildfire. So we've got several of them out there.
Did you count the
chickens?
chickens?
Flip-flop farmer count off. And I made a video today in the flip-flop farmer count off, and I was counting all the animals.
Wow.
Couldn't finish counting the cats or the chickens because they were all over the place. You know
we got 26 cats.
Well, I know, but I was going to count them for everybody.
I think we somewhere around 40 chickens, maybe.
Oh, yeah, at least 40 chickens. So
somewhat more. One day.
Yep. You got beautiful hair too, Tamara. Just trying to run back through these.
Johnny said that's just a normal deal.
I had fun though doing it, and I know that other people have had fun doing it as well. No, she said Jan was an old soul.
Oh.
Not an old person, old soul.
Old soul, yeah, not an old person. That's what yeah.
Yep. Miss Christine is traveling. If y'all have not, anybody in the chat, which I know most people have, the Bud Files, and Love the Land Every Day. If you have not checked out Gillum Farms or Christine, Miss Gillum Farms, go check out their channels. I think you will love them. They're wonderful people, and I know they'll love you. That's how I felt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 through 18. Yeah, that's how I felt today. I started counting them chickens. They started going all over the place.
I know we got a good bit.
Yep.
How many eggs you get today?
33, but Dallas
Today?
didn't pick them up yesterday, so
Oh, that's
yeah,
2 days.
that's 2 days. So I've heard counting chickens makes them multiplies. Yes, yes, they do. It's funny because you can't just have 1 or 2 chickens.
No, you gotta have 100.
They very addictive. You get them chickens, and not just for the eggs, but they're a lot to. Yeah, I seen that. Thank you so much, Tamara, that you shared it out. Thank you for that. But it's a blast, you know, because they're so doggone cute. You just love watching them for one, and then you got to have all the different kinds of chickens. So
Well, I wanted one kind. I want Rhode Island Reds.
thank you so much, Heather. Yeah, he likes Rhode Island Reds. I want those red lace Wyandottes.
Well, they're cool.
Those are beautiful. I want to get some of those.
But now we got all kinds.
Yep, I have seen the MT Homestead one. I have seen. There's another one out there that I started watching today, and then my phone rang. But Our Cabin in the Woods maybe has one out.
Gillum Farm said MT Homestead, 9 acres.
Yeah, I've seen. I went to watch Dale's too.
Homestead, Grace, and Christine, Miss Gillum Farms. I
really think that Our Cabin in the Woods. Go check it, Johnny, because I think they did one as well. I think that's the channel. If it's not them, it's somebody else that just did a video too, and I was laughing.
Johnny likes the Rhode Island Reds. He says that's his main chickens.
Yep, that's true, Tamara.
I love them chickens. They give them big brown eggs.
Yep. They are the best. And they give 2 eggs most of the time a day, the Rhode Island Reds. They are. And that's another thing about the red laced and Wyandottes and stuff. They are, yes, Tony, Our Cabin in the Woods, good. They are beautiful, and they usually lay 2 eggs a day. And I really, really, really love the Easter eggers. Those lay the most beautiful eggs.
Well, that's what we got to get some more of them.
Yeah, we do. We only have 1 left. That is.
She's pretty though.
I've got to go and watch them. I'm trying to keep up too with Croctober. I'm sure most of y'all are familiar. Christine from Gillum Farms had a video out for Croctober. And if you haven't watched that, go watch it. If you can, guys, go get on the whole Croctober thing. It's hashtag, I think it's hashtag Croctober. I'll be doing mine on the 20th, dropping my Croctober recipe on the 20th. But so much fun. And I think Jenny from Scratch Made Chicken and Tony from Kettle Kitchen for inviting us to participate. It's always fun. I had a blast with the shindig last month too.
Motherland said the red lace Wyandottes are on their wish list.
Yeah, that is some beautiful.
We had some, but I won't say what happened.
Beautiful babies.
They got out one night.
I haven't seen Tiffany's. Excuse me, saying Tiffany had one for the counting video, Tamara? Or for Croctober, or both? 2 eggs a day. Yep. The Easter eggers are. My grandbabies love, love, love picking up the eggs. They like So excited when, yeah, that's one of them beautiful dark eggs. But they get so excited when they pick up the eggs and they're all different colors like that instead of just old white eggs from the store. They love it.
Yeah.
They have the Rhode Island Reds, Black Lace Gold Wyandottes, Easter Eggers, Buff Orpingtons, and a Rainbow Ranger. I haven't seen the Rainbow Rangers. Now, eventually, I would love to get the little Banny hen and a little Banny rooster or bantam. They're so cute. Hey, Nana. Lisa, thank you so much for coming in. I'm not sure if you know Love the Land Every Day. If not, that's Marty. Go check her out, Miss Lisa. And Marty, check out Nana 9 Acres if you're not familiar with her. You will love her. Her and her husband has a channel called 9 Acres Family Farm. You can check them out as well. And if y'all can, mods, please drop those links for us so it's easier for them to find each other. The Easter eggers are fun hens and stunning eggs. Yes. Makes me smile every time I go to their coop.
Very, very pretty egg.
They come over to be picked up. Oh, yeah, they're sweet. Most of the time, they're very sweet chickens as well. Our experience, they were very, very docile.
Yes.
And we really, really loved having them. And things happen when you live on the farm, unfortunately. And you hate it, but it is what it is. And when you have a farm, you just have to come to grips with the reality that you will lose things sometimes, and it's not always pleasant. The one thing I do love losing is rats and mice and moles, and that's because we have these wonderful cats. So I suggest if you have a farm, get a few cats because they work really well. I don't mind seeing them things dead all over. Snakes, they are very good for that. All right, Miss Heather Landscombe dropped 9 Acres, Nana 9 Acres link for you, Marty.
One, so.
Okay, and Mark did not, and on his personal Nana, he is subscribing to you right now on his personal. I'm pretty positive he has you and Dale's channel, but he's subscribing to your channel right now.
Well, I've been working so much, I ain't got time to.
And he doesn't know everybody as much as I know because I'm on here a lot more.
You took the channel over, babe. I'm like
I started it, son.
I know. I'm just in the backwoods.
He said he wanted to start a channel for y'all that don't know. And he kept saying, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. That went on for about 7, 8 months. Never did it. So he came home one day. I said, guess what? We now have a YouTube channel. Oh. I didn't know jack crap about YouTube or I don't watch TV, but I like it. I mean, I love it. I love the people that I have met, especially the people that are in here. I mean, y'all are wonderful, wonderful people. Y'all have been above and beyond helpful. I enjoy like Nana and them, their 9 Acres Family Farm. They do game night on Thursday night. Love the Land, Marty. And Thursday night they have a lineup. So if you haven't seen it yet, Marty, jump in on that. 5 o'clock is Gillum Farms. 6 o'clock is White Rock Homestead. 7 o'clock is Muddin' for Nothing with Tiffany and Ginger. 8 o'clock is Tony at Kettle Kitchen. And 9 o'clock, I think that's it. I don't know. Is it Brian after y'all? That's just a little too late for me. Being I get up earlier. But it is a wonderful family and framly, as they say. But I'm going to tell you, if you get in with this community, Marty, and you hang out with everybody, wonderful, wonderful people. You cannot go wrong. You support them, I guarantee you they'll support you. They're very wonderful people. I mean, they, excuse me, opened their arms to me when I came in and was hanging out and creeping in their chats and asking all kind of questions because I didn't have a clue about anything. And they extended their emails. They were just really, really kind. And I told Mark, I said, I've never, ever met a community like this. You know, I've had a restaurant. I used to be a hairdresser. Um, and I've just never met the love and stuff you feel from this community.
Around Gillum Farms too.
Yeah, 9-acre family farm, 8, and Tony Kettle Kitchen at 9. Okay, I messed up. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Thank you so much, Gillum Farms. I know that like the back of my hand. I guess because I said it about the game night, I just lost track of it. But there you go, Marty and Bud Files or whoever's in here. 9-acre family farm is at 8, and they do game night, and that's a blast.
You're right.
And Kettle Kitchen with Tony is at 9. So yes, wonderful family.
Subscribe to Miss Christine too on the other.
Yeah, Christine, Miss Gillum Farms.
I got it right here. Look.
Gotcha. All right, good deal.
She got a new subscriber.
Oh, because Heather dropped some links. Thank you, Heather. And Jan is dropping links. Thank y'all so much. That means the world to me. She says she's been in a few and really enjoyed their channel and their lives. Just keep hanging with them. You'll really, really fall in love with this community, and you'll become friendly before you know it. Yes, Marty is very talented. I have to go and watch even more. I'm just trying to, like I said, show support to some of the newer channels too, because everybody has to help, you know, get them subscriber numbers up and those watch time hours up. And I definitely want to do that for newer channels, that especially if they have really good content and, you know, that you can tell their heart is in it. So Simply Jan said she subscribed to you, Marty. Yep. And you know what's sad is a lot of channels, and I pray to God that none of us ever become those channels, that if we ever get big and, you know, get hundreds of thousands, and yes, I'm dreaming big, subscribers or millions one day, that we don't forget where we came from, that we don't forget our friends, and that we don't forget. Lost me again for a minute. That we don't forget to say hi in the chat. I know some that I've watched, you know, bigger channels and stuff, they don't even respond. And I know there's a lot of people to respond to, but every now and then, just, you know, look at the people that are making you into a bigger channel and make sure that they know, even if you just say it verbally, that you care about them and you appreciate them, and that you might not be able to get to say hi to everybody, but let's not ever forget where we come from, guys.
Where I come from.
Oh, Lord, we're going to get him singing. Go back to plumbing, honey. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I think he spent his money his mama gave him for singing lessons. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. We like to pick on each other, guys. We love to pick on each other.
I get a mercy call.
Yep. Gillum Farms says don't get too big for your britches, no matter how big your channel gets. That's right. Amen, brother. That is awesome. And Marty, on Gillum Farms, I love watching when he goes to the auction.
I love the drone flying.
And I love the drone, but the auctions are
I
hoot.
love the drone, Johnny.
Watching them big old massive cows walk up into
Well,
that
that's cool,
arena
too.
like they do, and I just think that is so cool. And then Simply Jan, you'll absolutely love her, and you'll love Tamra. I know she said she subscribed to you, but these are just wonderful people. And Nana, I mean, they're just wonderful people. I can't say it any other kind of way. Yep, Simply Jan will always remember everyone who stuck with us. I truly have so many wonderful friends through YouTube. Never would have thought it in a million years. Same here, Jan.
Thanks, Johnny, if you got to register that drone.
You ask him. He's right here.
You're talking. I didn't want to.
Go ahead. Mark has a question for you, Johnny.
Let's see. Hey, Johnny, do you have to register that drone to use it for YouTube?
He said he's got lots more drones coming, guys. We want to get a drone one day. It'd be cool to fly over the critters and, you know.
I was flying everywhere. Get one big enough to go to work on.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. He said.
Yeah, the favorite is the Brahma. Yes, in the intro. Absolutely. Yay. Let's see. Love my Jan and Kevin. Yep. The boss.
I just subscribed to Simply Jan too on my other channel. So.
Yep. Jan, if you see Mark Savoy, he is just subscribed to your channel and his personal as well. He doesn't have it registered, so
Yeah,
maybe you don't have to.
I was confused because a couple of other channels said you had to, and somebody said you don't. So I was just confused about that.
Yep, we love y'all so much too.
Oh, I got Deacon Tank.
Yeah, she says Tamara says she'll be watching for it, Johnny. That footage, that drone footage is really cool. I mean, it really helps you get a perspective.
Yes, it is registered.
It is. Oh, okay. Okay. I must have.
Oh, I just did Deacon Tank too on my other channel.
But it's so cool. It is
I
so
love
cool watching that fly over. It gives you a different perspective from up high. And I mean, just imagine how when God looks down on us, we must be like.
And you can tell Johnny's good with it too.
Little teeny tiny things. He is. And I wrote down, he did a video and told the name of it and what kind and everything else. And I wrote it down and I put it in a folder for you.
Okay.
So that you can get the same kind.
The wish list.
And he has a remote that he can make it stay with him or go back to the landing pad. It's really cool. Jan wants a drone too. I haven't seen.
DJI Mini 3.
Yes, a DJI Mini 3.
Okay.
Thanks,
Johnny.
We did Josh make any drone videos yet, or did he get it hung up in a tree?
The other day in his live that he was working on it.
Oh, okay. I laughed because I was like, Lord, please don't let him get it hung up in a tree.
You know why I want one so bad?
So Johnny is a pro with that drone. He is.
I want to be able to fly over my deer.
Yeah. And, I'm sure Johnny probably peeks in on the deer too. Yeah. We have power lines here, but we don't have so much junk in the way because we're out in the country. So, it's nice to have, area to fly in.
Josh did do a drone video.
Oh, he did. Okay. I have to go check him out. Josh is a really sweet guy. Marty, that's another one for you. Sherman's Family Farm. If y'all want to drop that link for me. He is the sweetest, most precious human being. Spanks his watermelons. But he's a blast. You'd really like him. And he is also a great supporter. He'll give back the support.
Cindy is coming in off.
Hey, Cindy Squirrel Off Grid. Thank you so much for coming in, Cindy. And
Johnny said it scares the deer to death. Well, that ain't good. We don't want to scare them.
oh, it makes a lot of noise. It's so quiet in the videos.
We want to keep them from running to the neighbor's house.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, honey. Thank you so much for being here. Never late. Hubby is
husband
down.
just got off. 14
Yeah.
minutes.
Awesome. That is so good. I know you're glad he's home, and I'm sure he is glad to be home. Aw. How far did you have to go, Cindy, to get him?
I want to do Josh too. So
at 400 feet away. Wow. Scares them. Dinka ceramic coating, 1964 GTO, soft top.
GTO.
At Gillum Farms. I love that little diner y'all did in the short camera. That was a cool looking little old diner. I think you said it was a Dairy Queen, huh? Jan says, how are you, Cindy? If you hear sound on my drone video, it sounds, you add it. Okay. Well, I've never heard the drone. Like when I was watching it, not that it sounded like a drone. Not that I really know what a drone sounds like, to be honest with you. But I didn't hear anything sounding like, well, I've seen them in videos, but I've not heard them. Just 20 minutes to the bus depot.
Wow.
But his bus ride, wow, 2.5 hours on the bus to remote mine. Wow. That is crazy. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Very good. Even the tractor sounds or anything like that, you have to add. Oh, wow. That's cool. So everything around here is loud. I really don't have to add any sound. They're so loud, it's just very distracting when I'm doing videos. Well, the little rescue dogs, the two little rescue dogs, are so loud and obnoxious. They just bark at everything. I'm like, please.
Making it home came in.
Hey, Lauren and Joel, thank y'all so much for coming in with Making It Home. That's another one for you, Marty. Marty, check out Making It Home. They are some awesome folks. They're remodeling a house that they bought, and it's a lot worse than they thought, but they're doing a great job.
What it is.
They're great people, guys.
Just I'm in that business, I know.
But yeah, it's awesome to have all these friends that you met through YouTube and family, or framly, as y'all say, and we say now. It's nice to have everybody. Johnny, what editing program do you use, if you don't mind me asking? Because I have a few different ones and they all have different stuff, and I'm not, some of them are just kind of have a lot of vulgar stuff in them, and I don't like that.
Making It Home just got a new subscriber. Look them up.
Awesome. And Mark subscribe to you, Lauren and Joel, on his personal channel as well.
Johnny said iMovie.
Okay. I'll have to check them out. Trying to go back and make sure.
Wait, Cindy, that's Marty is her sister. Did I read that right?
That is your older sister, Cindy?
Oh, wow, cool.
That is so cool. We're so glad to have her and you.
Oh, it's for Apple products.
Okay, yeah, we don't have it.
We don't have Apple products.
We have the what you call these Android things.
Androids and Adele, huh? Is that what we're rolling with?
Yeah.
We're gonna get Apple product.
That is so cool. That's nice to know. Well, if y'all have a Apple product and you want a really good editing program, Johnny has iMovie. And he does a lot of great editing, so might be worth checking out, guys.
One day when I grow up, I'm gonna be like Johnny. I just stopped tripping it on camera, you know,
You
dropping
need
my.
to.
I just stopped dropping my phone making videos.
I know that.
I'm growing a little bit.
I know that you've been working hard and barely getting home and then going to bed, but when you get a chance, check out his
I've been watching
his video with his souped up car.
Now you know you wouldn't let me have a super car because then you're gonna be, oh, don't be going race.
Been there, done that, haven't you?
No, not
Not recently, but he used to have a Charger that he'd take to the tracks and have a blast with. But are you leaving us, Tamara? Ooh.
Johnny's got a deer hunting video coming
Have
out.
a blessed evening to you too, Tamara. I don't know if you leaving for the night or just telling everybody to have a blessed evening. But if you're leaving, good night and have a blessed evening to you, ma'am. Johnny has a deer hunting tune-up hunt coming out. That's awesome. I've used Filmora too, some, and CapCut, and different ones. I'm playing with them because the one thing I don't like about the Filmora, even though they have awesome graphics and stuff, is they have a lot of kind of vulgar stuff on that they use for showing the capabilities of each editing thing. So that's the only thing I don't like because I don't want to have to see all that mess.
No. But Johnny said he's editing that video tonight.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Yeah, that one where that snake was right there next to you, Johnny, that kind of was like, whoa, scary.
That's why you got to keep
yeah,
a big
friend on your side.
A big bang stick with you.
You want to come up, Johnny? Come on up and talk to us, man. That would be exciting to have you on the channel. And you can talk instead of type. The link is up there.
He said that was real, had no idea.
Somewhere up there. I think I posted it in the top. I'm still trying to get used to all this mess.
You've been doing it for a couple weeks now. You should be like.
You have nerve, says the man that don't do any of it.
He said, sure, send a link.
All right. I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm learning.
The link was in the top of the chat. Let's see if I can do it. Try that, Johnny.
Well, I think you got the link up.
There we go.
Look.
Yeah.
You did it.
There we go.
Sugars for you.
I'm waiting for Johnny to pop up. You can come up too, Jan. Or whoever else wants to come up. We could have fun. The more the merrier.
How many people can you put in the screen? Like you said, 4 or 5?
I think 6.
6? Oh, wow.
And the free version of StreamYard, I think it's 6. I think in the next, like when you do the paid, I think you can have 10
Oh, wow.
people on there.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. It's a good bit.
Is she sleeping over there? Is she snoring?
Yeah, she's snoring. Nina's
She
snoring.
don't want to sleep.
Let's see. Come on. Did I disappear
Huh?
for a minute there? I don't know.
What's happening?
She said, there you go. I guess because I got the link up, maybe? Yeah. So what's been going on with you, Lauren and Joel? But I'm pretty sure it's Lauren in here tonight. Just waiting on Johnny to pop up. I have to, let's see. It's easier for me to read when I make it bigger. I have to go mod for another channel. Hope y'all have a blessed week. Thank you so much, Jan, for coming in. We appreciate you so much. Have a blessed night.
Thanks, Jan.
We love you, girl. Really, I've not seen anything. I would not let a 3-year-old see. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I must be having a different program. Well, I did pay for some extra stuff on the Filmora thing. So that might be why I'm starting to see other stuff. Because when it was in the generic version, I didn't see anything. But when I actually put some money down on there, I did. Marty says, thank you, Jan. And Jan says, love y'all. We love you.
What words can we share Johnny's channel?
Yeah, somebody share, Heather, if you can, share Gillum Farms if you don't mind. So Michael at Waters Family Homestead can check him out. And I know y'all shared his link earlier, but share Waters Family if you don't mind again as well, so Johnny can check him out too. I'm waiting on Johnny to pop up. Things happen sometimes. He might have got a call. Hopefully the link was good. Let's see. He hadn't popped up just yet. So, again, on October 17th on our live, we start at 7. At 7:30, we will be drawing names for the names that were submitted for our baby goats. And we will, whatever names we draw, that's what it is. Hello, let's play. I can't even talk. I'm tripping over my tongue. Let's Trade Paint. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, subscribe. Oh, okay.
We appreciate you.
Waters Family Homestead got another subscriber. I got them.
Go check out Let's Trade Paint. They're
Okay.
another good one that is always in the. There he is. I'm a coming, Johnny. There we go. Hey there.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing
Good
well.
deal.
I'm sorry it took me so long, but my wife, I tried to get on our computer, and my wife had it logged in all her way, and I had to redo it all. So anyway,
That's fine. That's what I was saying. It probably, you never know. Sometimes you get phone calls. Anything happens.
I got a phone call at the same time too, so everything was going on.
We appreciate you. Tell everybody a little bit about your channel. I know a lot of people in here know. Michael with Waters Family Homestead just got your link from Heather, and he is going to subscribe to you, and you would really love him too, Johnny.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna. Yeah, I need to. That's what channel was that?
Waters Family Homestead.
Waters Family. And
his name is Michael.
I am subscribed to everyone I saw in this chat except for Waters Family Homestead. So I'm subscribed to Making It Home and the Marty. I'm subscribed to that one. So I'm subscribed to all of them.
Very good.
And there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of great folks in the chat out there. I mean,
Absolutely.
very
Hey,
supportive people.
Christine.
There she
Thank you
is.
so much. There's his
There she
beautiful
is.
bride.
That's right. That was
She
my
is
phone
so
call that
sweet.
came through.
She is so precious. We love you and Christine so much. Y'all are just really precious to us and near and dear to our hearts. We love watching y'all's content and tell everybody about y'all.
Well, yes, I appreciate that. And like you said earlier, the thing, a downfall of some of the channels is whenever they get pretty large, they stop forgetting where they came from. And we hope to never be like that. We're not large by no means at all, but we hope that even if we were, we would never do anything like that. And I
No,
say,
y'all too
I know we
personable.
wouldn't do it. Huh?
Right. Y'all are too personable. Good people, you know what I mean, and personable with people. So that is a good thing. I have somebody else trying to pop up in the chat. I do not
Nice.
know them, so I'm not bringing them up.
Okay.
And that's just one of my rules from New York. And I don't know you, so I can't pull you up. So,
That's a pretty good way to be.
Yep.
So Johnny, I'm Mark. I didn't know.
I'm Mark.
I never met you. I watched your videos, but
There we go.
so I just want to be personal with you and get to meet you and say, I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. I'm Johnny.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Yes,
meet
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Nice
I have
to meet
a tune-up hunt video that's coming out. And every year, my first deer hunts, I call them tune-up hunts. I've done it, every year. My wife, whenever we're talking about going hunting, I say, well, I got to go do a tune-up hunt. And that's what I call a tune-up hunt, is one where you just go out and you make sure. You'll find out when you get in the stand. Do I have everything that I need?
Yep.
Did I forget my light? Do I have my seat cushion? Do I have my, is everything here? Is the lanes trimmed? Climbing in the stand, straps, etc. All that stuff. So anyway,
Do you steal your wife's blankets and put them in the tree stand? Mark does.
I fix her up pretty good. She will attest to that. If there's the best spot on the property to hunt, and then a kind of a good spot, she's always going to get the best one, and then I go somewhere else. So yeah, she's done real well with that model going on.
Love it.
So I do not hunt with him. We hunt separate, but I haven't been in a few years. But I like to hunt. But it's just getting hard on me to get up in the tree stands and stuff like that. I've had 8 back surgeries, so and I don't like ground hunting, so
right.
I just let him do all the. I help clean them. I do all the cleaning, but
I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
He does most of the hunting. I say, you go do the hunting and I'll help do the cleaning. You go get the ice.
Right. And but yeah, I've been able to put out a little bit of video lately. We're getting ready to go to Pinecone Fest.
Yes.
So we're leaving for that here in a couple of days. And actually, Christine, she is in South Dakota right now. She's going to be flying to Dallas. I'm going to pick her up in Dallas, and then we're going to cruise.
Oh, wow.
We're actually, if you've heard, she's never been to Buc-ee's, and I've never been to Buc-ee's. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So since we've never been to Buc-ee's, we're gonna go from the airport actually to the hotel. We got a hotel there in Dallas, and then we're going to go from the hotel to Buc-ee's that next morning early, and then we're going to drive on into Pinecone Fest. So, but yeah,
y'all gonna have fun.
Yeah, Jesse and Lisa from Lazy Days Ahead, and there's a channel, folks. If you're not subscribed to Jess and Lazy Days Ahead with Jess and Lisa,
absolutely,
that's an awesome channel, guys.
Yeah,
so
they definitely are.
So what's happening, and whenever you spell, if you're looking for it, I find it's easier whenever you're looking for channels to go into in the search. Whenever you go into the search, go to channel. There's a way of checking for channel because lots of people have been having a lot of trouble finding Making It Homes channel by doing a search. But if you go to channel name search, it's real easy.
Okay.
I've heard many people on different lives going, I can't find your channel. I can't find your channel. I think Jerry at Butler, the family farm, was having trouble
Mhm.
finding it. And I know Bowen from Thunderstick Homestead was having trouble finding it. And I told him, I said, just go in and put in the, in the channel name, and you can find it real easy like that.
Yeah, and a few times I've had to put at and then the channel name, and sometimes it'll pop up easier than just putting the channel name.
Right.
Searching that way. It don't always work though.
Yeah, it works sometimes, but that channel name, it just went straight to that Making It Home, and I was able to find it because I've heard many people say it's hard to find that, and it is if you're not looking for the channel name.
New York, I know that you said you're 20 years old, and but I don't know you, and that's one of my big rules is we don't pull anybody up we don't know. You come hang out and get to know us, watch our content, then we will check you out. But otherwise, not doing it.
Yeah. So Johnny, tell us a little bit about Pinecone Fest so we know next year what to expect.
Okay, Pinecone Fest. Heard that, and which is what is her name? Somebody in the chat help me here. Christine, you know what it is. What is her name from Heard That? Randy is her husband. Randy is her husband. He's Heard That Outdoors.
Okay, he's Randy. Yeah.
And then his wife.
Not Raquel. No.
I can't remember right.
I've got so many different. Julie, that's it.
Okay, Julie.
That's it.
So they're putting on Pinecone Fest, and it's at Walleye Park down on Lake Cypress, down by Mount Vernon, Texas. So it's kind of a lot of people are going to show up Thursday night, Friday. It's going to be going on all weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's mostly channels. Some subscribers and things are going to be there as well, but mostly it's a lot of it's just kind of like a meetup. It's a place where we can all get together and just chat in person, sit around the fire type deal and just get to know each other personally.
I wanted to go looking, but we don't have anybody to watch the critters.
I understand that. That's a problem right there. I mean, that's before we had all the chickens and cattle and all that good stuff, we could jump and run, if we wanted to. But nowadays it's, oh, wait a minute, daughter, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can y'all?
It's almost like having a bunch of kids at home. You know what I mean? You can't leave.
So my daughter and her husband and stuff, they love to come up here and stay at the house. They live about 20 miles from us. And they love it when we leave because they'll come here and hang out. And so they take care of all that stuff. And the cattle, I just have to kind of get the cattle. I got to get them all the way they need to be for a few days, and then we just leave. So, but anyway, and it's, I don't think there's anything real formal about this meetup. I think it's a lot of times we're going to be eating on our own. I know that. It's not going to be as structured, I don't believe, as the one at Tenkiller was, which was the Mid-American meetup last year. And yeah, our daughter is banking on beef when it's time. That's right. She's like, hey, is Gordon ready yet? No, Gordon in there yet. So, but anyway, we're getting, we're looking forward to it. We're going to meet we're going to meet up with some of the other folks from Homestead Hangout there. I think we've really gotten to know Ginger and Joey from Not for Nothing, and Joe
Yeah, they're
Cooking for You,
awesome.
and Tiffany at Mud and Mascara, and
Love them.
also, yeah, great channels, folks.
Yeah.
There you go. There's some more channels. If you haven't checked it out, Not for
Absolutely.
Nothing Homestead and Mud and Mascara. And also, my
Mudding for
lovely
nothing.
wife is right here in the chat. Christine, Mrs. Gillum Farm. She has a channel. Check it out. She
Yep,
is.
we shouted her
she
out
loves the
earlier
I
too.
just got her hooked up on mine.
She
Yep.
loves the collab. I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you. She
You're
loves the
welcome.
collaboration stuff and cooking
I do
and
too. I didn't
gardening.
think I would, but I do.
What's
I
that?
really did. I said I didn't think that I would like it so much when I seen other people doing it, but Tony invited me to Shindig and Croctober and stuff, and I really love it.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
you
a
get
lot of
to meet a
fun.
lot of people that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know each other. Oh, I want to throw something out there. We got new shirts. So, you've seen these shirts everywhere, right?
Yeah.
People have them everywhere, but you haven't seen this.
Oh, nice. Yes, indeed.
So-
Love that. Love
So,
that.
Yeah, we went and got Christine decided we need to revamp the shirts. So she revamped the shirts, and
He did good.
they are out there. She was on, whenever she flew to South Dakota the other day, she was wearing one of our shirts whenever she went through security. And they told us that she was the second one that came through
Oh,
that
wow.
day with that shirt on.
That's nice. That's nice to know.
And I was like, wow, I wonder who that was.
Yeah. We're putting out, I'm gonna make a little video asking for people to help us with our logo. Instead, I have ideas, but I want to see other people's ideas. It's not much, but we're gonna do a $50 for the winner. Whoever wins the contest is gonna get the $50, and we'll go with that logo probably. So
Nice.
and then we'll get to tell people, who designed it, when we do our lives and stuff like that, and put something out in our videos and stuff sometimes. So give a little shout out that way as well. So I think it'll be fun.
I do
Yeah.
love your hat. They look
That would
cool.
be fun. Christine, she sat down one night, and she just kind of started putting things together, and next thing she has built this logo. I mean, I love it, and but she did it all.
Done a great job.
She is 100% on that and the hat
Yes.
logo.
Well,
I
you
love
hear
the hat.
Christine's $50 for whoever wins.
So,
Marty says she loves that shirt and it looks amazing.
thank you.
And he said, Michael at Waters Family Homestead said he's got a shirt idea and hope to try to get it made in a few weeks. We're looking forward to that. But I just think it's fun to include, like with naming the baby goats, include people in that, because it's always fun to look back and say, this person helped to name this goat or that goat, like we put it out for our pigs when we bought the 2 pigs here, and their names stuck, Cookie and Peanut, So, but they're just a wonderful part of the farm, and I can always look back and know who helped to name them. So I think it's fun just to include other people, always.
We had the same thing going on with Liberty Bell, and
I know.
we actually named Danny Star because on the little bull calf, because somebody had actually said Danny Star, and we said, well, if we had a bull, that'd be, and then we had a little bull, so we went ahead and ran with that name. It was great.
And,
I tell you what, that Danny is a gigantic bull, isn't it? Danny, that is the gigantic
Danny.
one.
Yeah, he is.
He
He's a
is
big one.
loud and proud and huge.
He's a good
That's a
bull.
beautiful bull.
We we have a little surprise on him. So and it's coming out in a video. So I won't divulge the whole thing, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's
So,
awesome.
Johnny, that's got to be exciting around them big bulls, huh? That's got to be just.
you
It's got to
know,
be exciting.
Danny has never offered to do anything, to hurt me or anything like that, but Danny could.
Oh
And
yeah.
but the thing with bulls is you never really 100% trust them because you don't know what kind of day they're having. They're just like we are. And
Right.
him, just kind of nudging you would be worse than
Yeah.
the biggest guy in the world just hitting you as hard as they could. Danny could
Yeah.
nudge you that hard.
Yeah.
And so I don't trust him 100%, but
Right.
I don't really worry too much about him. Now, when we get him in the chute, that'll be the
Oh yeah.
when we
That'll
put
be
him
the
through the
test,
chute,
huh?
that'll be the test right there.
Yeah.
I don't know that the chute we have will hold him. Actually,
Wow.
he is sweet, like she said, but you never know. Yeah, and whenever he's interested in one of those cows, no, don't get between them.
No. That's like me with my stupid self. We had our Kiko goat. He's the biggest one here, and we've raised him since he was about 4.5 months old, and he's a rescue. And I tell you what, he went to chasing his sister and was trying to get on her, and I was trying to stop him because they busted through the gate to get to each other. And I grabbed him by the horns, and he took me for a ride.
Yeah.
I mean, he took me for a ride. I was like, wow, he threw me on the ground. And today I was turned around while I was doing the counting video. I turned around and I thought for a second, don't turn your back because they're so strong. And I
Yes.
can't even imagine with Danny how strong he is.
Yeah.
But I was like, think about it, Gene. Don't turn your back on them because they could hurt you, you
Yeah.
know. And I've got hardware in my back, and
Yeah,
one
well,
wrong move could paralyze
I
me.
keep telling
I'm
about the
not doing it.
pigs. I said, babe, they're going to be 400 pounds plus.
Yeah.
You can't. Although they love you and they act like a dog and they know you, you got to be careful with them because one little move and I mean you're flying.
Yeah, and my pig that I call Pig Dog, his name is Peanut. He was a runt, but he's getting some weight on him. The other day I was ignoring him, and he didn't like that because I pet him and I play with him and throw ball with him and stuff. And he nipped me on my leg just enough to let me know I was ignoring him. And talk about hurt. I said, I won't ignore you again. But he was just letting me know, hey, pay attention here. But that kind of let me know too, just the strength. And it was just a tiny little nip, but it left a good bruise, you
Yes.
know? So you got to respect those animals, no matter
You
how
do.
sweet they are.
You do.
They can hurt you.
They have strength. They have strength that we can only imagine.
Hey,
Just
Tony from Kettle
anything.
Kitchen, welcome in.
Tony. Hey,
So
welcome,
glad
welcome.
to have you.
So I was looking back through the chat. I wanted to say hello to Heather. She was saying awesome t-shirt, Johnny. Thank you for that. And Sean, nice. I don't have one of those, Johnny. You have a Gillum Farms t-shirt. You have a Gillum Farms hat. So and they are going to be at they are going to be at Pinecone Fest as well. Cherokee JB
Let's Trade Paint, Sean.
Yes, Let's Trade
Yeah.
Paint, Sean, and then Rebel at Heart, which is Kelly. They will be at Pinecone Fest. So there's a couple of more channels for you guys. And
MC Homestead too, huh?
yes,
MC
Homestead will be there.
Too.
And Mike and Terry, they're great folks. And
yeah, I missed him last week when he came up on Tony's channel with Kettle Kitchen,
Yeah.
but I was feeling so rough I couldn't hang anymore. I could barely chat. I didn't even have the strength to chat with everybody, but I wanted to support everybody and listen. But I
Right.
was like, man, I was too tired and feeling too rotten. But I still wanted to show support regardless.
Absolutely.
But
And
I need to go back and watch that.
yeah, there's a lot of great channels out there, and we're just happy to be friends with just about all of them. I mean, there's great people out there. I was gonna say I watched Tony Kettle Kitchen a while ago. I watched their game night, and I think Dale and of 9 Acre Family Farms and Tiffany of Mud and Mascara won tonight. So
Oh, nice.
Heather says I don't have one of our Guild Farms t-shirts or hats.
Me either,
Yeah.
Heather. Welcome to the club. They'll like us one day. No.
We like you guys now.
I'm just teasing.
So
They know those things are not cheap.
no. The
I did, Christine. We did a video today and put it out counting.
yes, they did.
It was fun.
It's a cool video. I watched it and commented on it and everything. So I
We
appreciate that.
appreciate that.
You know, whenever I saw those chickens running around out there, I thought you're gonna have a problem actually counting all those chickens because they're not going to
Yeah.
stay in one place.
And then the cats, I fed them and then they all scatter after they eat, but we have 26 cats. And I said that would have been fun, but I'll have to do another counting video with the cats and the chickens.
Yeah,
But it was fun.
It's not as easy. I mean, you know, like
Not when they start moving. It's not that easy.
it's not when they start moving. I was watching what was it? Was it Tony's where the pigs kept moving in the pen and it'd start over?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch the rest of them.
Or
It's fun how the challenge got out and, you know, it just sparks interest and you get more videos out, different kind of content, you know, but it makes it fun and something else to go watch that everybody can engage in. It's just very fun, you know. I
yeah.
enjoy it a lot.
And guys, I had nothing to do with it, none of it. So it's just because they saw me counting cows every time I go out there to the field, and they started it. I didn't have anything to do with it. It's kind of
It's fun, flip flop farmer. That's what you need, a shirt that says flip flop farmer.
Flip flop farmer. You know how many people have tried to find our channel by going to Flip Flop Farmer?
Yeah.
They're like, I can't find it. Flip Flop Farmer. Can't find it. No.
I laugh because I'm a barefoot farmer. I walk out there barefoot most of the time, and people will say, "You're gonna get worms and this and that." I rinse my feet. I have hoses by every single kennel, and I rinse my feet off. But that way, I'm not tracking feces from one pen to the other. But
Well, if you're gonna get worms from that, I'm gonna get a bunch of worms.
I
from my
actually
job.
love walking around barefooted, country girl. So there you go.
They call it being grounded.
Grounding,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So you're grounded to the earth with the earth and everything like that. And if you get worms from that, I don't know how we survived childhood.
Exactly.
I mean, we never were used ever.
And we didn't have seat belts. I mean, we was thrown around in the back seat with our parents smoking, sitting in the front.
I used to love
But you gotta wear bicycle helmets now and knee pads and arm pads just to ride your bike. What bull hockey, right?
Miss Dillon said yes, it's called grounding.
Grounding, yep.
And I love to ground.
Yep.
I just have to be careful looking down when I'm walking around because this property, we didn't know. We've had it for 5.5 years. When we bought it, there was a bunch of trash on here. And we found out later that it was the drug hub of Poplarville, Mississippi, that where everybody came and partied. We found tons of bent spoons and drugs, like crystal meth and all kinds of stuff on the property. And needles
We
and
got it pretty clean
just
now.
that they buried and stuff. So when it rains, stuff washes to the surface. So you'll find spoons still. I mean, we have cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, but I've got to be careful not to step on glass
Oh
because
wow,
they were
yeah,
also stripping cars and stuff here, we found out.
wow,
We
yeah.
found entire hoods and trunks buried here. It's been fun,
Oh,
let
we
me tell
hit an
you.
engine block at the bush hog. I mean,
Hey, that's funny you talk about that because I've done a lot of commercial brush hogging, Mark, in the past, and I remember going to this one place, and I was looking at this field, and it looked pretty good. And I said, "Is there anything out there?" And they said, "No, there's nothing. There's nothing in that field that you can hit." I said, "So I can run, about." On my tractor, gear 6. I said I can run gear 6 across this thing because I was trying to figure time for how much it was going to cost them to have it done. Oh yeah, no problem. I ran over a 350 out there, 350 Chevy block.
Oh no.
I ran over a 350 Chevy block, and then I also ran over I hit a barbed wire fence that somebody had taken down and strung across the middle of that field. The
Oh
grass
no.
grew up high, and I rolled that barbed wire all up underneath the brush hog
Hmm.
and had to spend 2 hours cutting it out, and they got
yeah,
charged for that 2 hours.
yeah.
Good for you.
Because
Good
I
for
told
you.
them, I said, "Really?" I told that guy, I said, "There's a engine block out here." "Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize it was out there." I said,
Oh, it tore the hog. The back of the hog was gone. I mean,
Yeah.
it tore it up.
He
"Oh,
had to have hey
Weld
Rebel
it,
at Heart, thanks for
had to
coming
fix
in.
it, weld it, and it was fun.
Yeah, it tore the whole back out, so they rebuilt it made it heavier steel. That way, if we happen to back into
Well, I
something
hope we
else,
don't hit no
because
more like that.
we have a little more than 10 acres and about 3 of it is cleared. And I want to keep the rest wooded because we have about 500 acres behind us that
mhm.
is wooded and good hunting property.
Yeah,
And I hate that neighbors on both sides and across from us have cleared their property
Well, they
and
clear cut it. Yeah.
clear cut it and sold the trees.
Well, it's kind of
I
good
hate
though.
it for the fact that it's raping the land, you know what I mean? Just taking the
uh,
beauty out.
yeah,
But I like it because I know them deer are going to
Oh,
camp
we've
out
seen a whole lot
over
more.
this away
Yeah, we've
uh,
seen a whole lot
because they
more.
have nowhere to live now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
seen a
Yeah.
whole lot more.
Well,
So,
whenever you watch the
welcome in,
video,
Kelly.
that I'm getting ready to load, it may go out tonight. I don't know. It's 8:32. It'll probably be 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'll probably load a video. Um, whenever you watch that, that's where that video is right here where we live. We have
Okay.
90 acres right here.
Nice.
It's not where the
Wow.
cattle. It's not where the cattle are. It's the cattle are on our other property. It's the property that I grew up on is where the cattle are.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, when Dad passed and everything, we got part of the property. Me and Christine ended up with part of the property, and that's where the cattle are. And then this 90 up here, we purchased a few years back, and we had no idea anything about this place up here. We didn't know if it had a deer on it I mean, surely there's a deer on it, but we didn't really know. And we got a pretty decent deal on it. We purchased it before medical marijuana became legal in Oklahoma. When medical marijuana became legal in Oklahoma, land prices went crazy
I bet.
because you
Hmm.
have to have 10 acres in order to do a commercial grow. So everybody started looking for properties 10 acres or more. And, it brought in a lot of folks that weren't Oklahomans. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of folks here that aren't Oklahomans just because of that industry, and it caused land prices to go out of sight here.
Mhm. Good
So-
night, Michael. Thank you so much for coming in.
I'm subscribing to your channel, Waters Family Homestead. So
Yeah, you will like him, Johnny. He's really a great guy. He's been
great.
with us from almost day one.
That is fantastic.
We
That's
thank him
So
so
fantastic.
much.
Johnny, with all them different people moving into Oklahoma, have they changed it? Have you seen a difference in, let's say lifestyle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured that.
You can't, used to be like, say your kids or your grandkids or something like that, could actually find and purchase land. That's one thing. You could
Yeah.
find land and purchase it, or a house and land and purchase it, and things like that. That's just not a thing anymore.
Wow.
Land here is, it went from when we bought our land was going for around $1,000 an acre, 1,000, 1,200.
Wow.
A high property was a 3,000 acre property, and that'd be like a hay field, right? So
Wow.
$3,000 an acre. Now rocks and brush and hollers, like I like to call them, are 11,000 an acre, 12,000 an acre, properties and stuff like that. She has to complete a report for work, so they jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night,
Good
Christine.
night.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for jumping on. Take care, my friend.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's she's a little bit behind us on time, I think, right now. What time is it where you guys are?
Where we at right now? It's 8:36.
Okay, we're the same then.
Okay, Central Standard.
Yeah, she is. I think it's 7:30 where she's at right now. She's over in Rapid City, over there, pretty close to where the what's that mountain called?
Rushmore? No.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. There you go. She's over
And I
by.
don't really travel much.
I've seen it 100 times, but in person, it seems like, but I just can't remember stuff all the time. That's one of the things. I'll be out there on a video and I'll be like, what's that word? What's that word? What's that word?
What does Christine do? Is she a traveling nurse or something?
No, she's not
No?
a nurse. She's nurses have to report to her, doctors report to her.
Gotcha.
It's that kind of stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, she's and she did, I mean, what she did it all on her own. I mean, she worked her way up. And I used to be in the same field, kind of, well, same industry, let's just put it that way. I retired out a few years ago. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Now, I wanted to be a doctor, but raising 3 kids mostly by myself, because Mark and I have only been together 12 years.
Yeah.
And I never was afforded the opportunity, but I love the medical field. I love everything about it. I've done some CMT stuff. I've done in-home care for elderly people, live in with them and take care of them and things like that. But I never actually got to do it. Now, a friend of mine, after Hurricane Katrina, had a vet hospital in Biloxi, Mississippi. All her staff left because they lost their homes and she needed help. So it was a good opportunity for me. I've always loved animals, so I've got to learn a whole lot helping her at the vet. And then, which helps us a lot here. So I can do a lot of things for the animals instead of having to pay to bring them in to get certain things done. So medically, having some knowledge and then jumping over to that field with the vet tech helped me out a lot, save us a lot of money on this end. And he don't go to the doctor too often because I do a lot of stuff for him as well. Hey,
Right.
Becky, so glad you made it in. You're not late. We appreciate you coming in.
So Johnny, they did that here in Mississippi. They passed it, not in our county, but a county over, and they having a lot of issues in that county.
They were trying to get the medical marijuana here, but and we have a neighbor that kind of was, wanting to get into it and wanting us to sign paperwork saying that we was okay with him doing it in the neighborhood and all this stuff. But there is a lot to it, a whole lot to it.
Yeah, it's
Transporting it and all kind of other stuff. There's a lot.
well, what they grow here, most of it does. It's not supposed to leave Oklahoma for one thing. It's supposed to stay in the and what happens is they have X amount of what they call dispensaries around. And depending upon how many dispensaries, depends upon how many actual what they call the big grows and stuff like that they can have. So there are a lot of dispensaries. We have I'd say that, we live near Tahlequah. We probably have in town, I mean, Tahlequah is a small town. It's not big by any means, any stretch or anything like that. We probably have, I think we had 30 some odd dispensaries
Wow.
in Tahlequah. Every little place around, if there's a convenience store out in the country, there's going to be a dispensary right next to it somewhere, maybe two.
Wow.
There are many places where you can stand in one spot and see 5 dispensaries from the same place. But most of the actual medical medicine is actually going out of state, and it's not supposed to be, and that's what they're catching people on. They're
trying to regulate that a little more, huh?
Well, they're catching them. I mean, it's not supposed to leave the state, and they are catching them and shutting them down. So a lot of the places are actually shutting down, which is, if it's a legal and it's done up and it's done by the book and the way it's supposed to by the law and all that stuff, kudos to you.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's not done right. I'm very biblical.
Yes, us too.
And there's a word for it. So, I'm not going to get into that right now, but, I'll do something different. If I have, those kind of conditions that's what treats it, I'll do something different.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but anyway, let's go to something. So, but the thing about it is it caused land to go super high.
Way up. Yeah.
And whenever land goes for sale here, typically, and I just saw it a while ago. Some 20 acres went for sale down the road from us. It was way too high for anybody local to buy, and it was bought the same way that most of the land here is bought. It was bought by people who are foreign,
from out of state and stuff. Yeah.
Well, from out of the country.
Yeah.
The Asian influence, let's just put it that way.
Wow.
They buy most of the land here in Oklahoma now.
Wow.
So a lot of Oklahoma
probably use the storefronts
that's sad.
for underhanded stuff behind the scenes that they use it saying it's one thing and it's something else too, with these open border things and everything else going on too. Just another way to get inside and do what they want in our country.
So, Red White Heart, I just subscribed to them too. So
Okay.
we just hook them up.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Kelly's great.
What they're allowing.
Wow.
Did the chat just die?
I think so. I think so.
Go.
Come on, everybody, chat.
Come on, is anybody here?
So Rebecca came in.
Saying there's 9, so. My friend Rebecca Quistapace, we went to beauty school together forever ago in 1999.
Yeah.
And we've been friends for many, many years. And my sister Rochelle, we were all 3 in beauty school together. But we were raised my stepmother was a hairdresser.
Uh-huh.
There were 4 girls, and then 3 of us were hairdressers. So,
Ever so
Yeah.
she's still here.
Wow. Talk about following the family business, you know. You just kind of
well, we
followed
were
right
kind of
along.
forced. When we were little kids, my stepmother, she would have us climb up on stools and put perm solution in hair and color and take rollers out, and it just became second nature to us. So it's like, well, we already know how to do it. Why not?
There you
You
go.
know? And it's a good career to have, like for me, with raising kids by myself, because I could make my own hours most of the time.
Yeah.
And I've had to create jobs for myself, restaurants and different things where I had more liberty over my own schedule because I had children.
Yeah.
So it worked out though.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to go delve into some of that kind of stuff because I'm going to go get before Pinecone Fest, I'm going to get a
Go
beard
get
trim
your trim up.
yeah, trim and a haircut
Awesome.
at a place here in Tahlequah. We have a barber shop. We have a couple of barber shops, but you know, actual barber shops. Because most of the time now, whenever you get, it's you know, it's like beauty salons that happen to cut men's hair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have we have a couple of actual barber shops, but the barber shop that I go to, it's all women, but it's a
Oh,
barber
wow.
it's a barber shop, and they specialize in beards and stuff like that. So I'm gonna head in there in the morning, get ready for Pinecone Fest, and
That's awesome.
go down there and visit with folks, and we're gonna have a good time. Oh yeah, we're actually bunking up with Pretty and Pooch.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So
Cool.
I love them too.
yeah,
I actually love Tish and Mike. They are wonderful people.
yeah,
That's another great channel to
yeah.
go subscribe to.
Two channels, folks.
2 of them. That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
No
Um,
Judgment here with Tish Ross,
right.
and then Full Blown Country.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Those are wonderful. And were you in on Danielle, the girl that was talking last night on No Judgment Here?
no,
Y'all need to go back and watch that one. It's a very touching story.
I was on the dozer last night, and I
Sounds
missed.
like us.
Yeah, I missed it, and but yeah, we're gonna. They actually rented a Airbnb, I think,
Nice.
and we went in halves with them on it. So we got
Awesome.
and
Welcome in, Tammy. Thanks for coming.
you know,
But
welcome.
Simple Things with Tammy.
Anyway, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna bunk up, and we're
How
paying
cool
for
is
half
that?
of the deal, and we're gonna enjoy each other while we're there and stuff like that. They showed us pictures of it. It looks real nice.
That's nice. I know y'all will enjoy it and get to meet them and know them on a different level. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we
You
met
know,
them.
to actually. Oh, you've met them before?
Yeah, we met them. We met. We were at Pine. We were at Mid America YouTube Meetup last year, and they were there as well.
Oh,
But
awesome.
we never met them. Okay.
Net. Okay.
Yeah. So then we started talking to
Gotcha.
each other on different lives and stuff like that. And well, we met at Sherman's Family Farms. They came from Texas. We came from where we are,
Nice.
and we just met up at Sherman's. And we
Did y'all
actually,
spank them watermelons?
yeah, that's what we didn't get to spanky watermelons because they didn't have
Uh-huh.
any watermelons.
Oh, no.
So since he didn't have any watermelon, so we didn't get one. But we're supposed to get one this weekend because he's coming to Pinecone Fest and bringing a load of watermelons. So we're looking forward to that.
Awesome.
So I got
That
my
is so
watermelon
awesome.
knife, and I'm going to bring it with me. And
Is yours engraved?
mine is engraved. It is.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
nice. I love those. Those are super
Those are.
cool.
Do you get in on the on Jesse's giveaways?
I do. On Saturdays and stuff,
Yeah.
and then
Eventually,
sometimes when they're in other lives.
you got to win one of those knives, So he gives them. He's got like a 5-gallon bucket full of those knives right there next to his.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He's
thing.
doing a great job with his engraving and wood stuff. He's
Yes.
really doing a good job.
He is doing a great job.
They too
So,
are just wonderful.
but we're
So
going to meet up.
how many meetups do y'all do a year? Is it more than one?
Well, they had they had Petals from the Past that they just recently, some of them done in Alabama. Andale, I think, went, but she's in Alabama. And a few different ones went to that. Des, with Peaceful Des,
Yeah.
she showed up. She said it was not real wheelchair accessible. She said
Right.
that she didn't care for
I heard.
because the rocks and stuff like that. So they need to be mindful of that. And she needs to probably send them something, email or something, and let people know, now that it's getting to be a bigger venue, that there are people that want to attend that are in wheelchairs or walkers that it's hard for. So,
Well, reason why I'm asking, because if we can get something planned out
right.
where we can meet like Johnny and just get to
We're
know
trying,
everybody closer.
we're trying to put something together.
Okay.
We're working with JB, Puroki, and some others, and we're trying, Scott Rambling with the Rums and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We're trying to get.
Isn't he in Canada?
He is, but he'll come. He'll come.
Wow. That's
He,
awesome.
for some
Is
reason.
that Christine's real brother, or she just says her brother?
No, he's not her brother.
I know she calls a lot of ones her brother, but I was like, is that really her brother?
No. There's a lot of us call each other brother, sister, and stuff like that on here. But he is, he's just a really great guy. I mean,
Yeah, he is.
Scott's a really great guy, and he's living through a bunch of, there's things that, issues and things that he has and things like that as far as health and things. And then they have struggles. We found out the other day that they will open our packages that we send from here to Canada. They will open them at the border, and then they will look and see what's in it, even though we have already paid for, all the shipping and everything.
Yeah,
and
I've
then
heard
they
that.
charge them a duty for a gift. It's a gift.
Yeah, it's like they should have just went out and bought it themselves rather than have to pay for their own gift. It's
and then
sad,
they have to purchase their mail that we send. So it's crazy because we've already, to send something to Canada is very expensive anyway.
Yeah.
And then when we send it, it's something they won on a live or something like that. So they want it. We're not charging them for it. There's no we don't give it a monetary, consideration or anything like that. It's something, it's theirs. At that point, we've already purchased it. It's done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they charge them again.
That's so sad.
It's like tax on top of tax on top of tax.
I know some of them have addresses inside the states in the United States because of that.
Scott did, and I don't know if he said he was getting rid of his post office because they were starting to around the border. They were actually, the post office would charge the Canadians more to have a post office box than they were charging, folks that.
How terrible.
It was costing him like double what it would cost us to have a P.O. box.
Wow.
And if you have a P.O. box, you know how expensive they are.
Yeah, we do.
It's expensive to have.
What's funny? Our post office has been down for 3 years. They had termite problems and the roof caved in, and it's an historic building or something, and they have not repaired it. They're in a truck, one of them mail trucks, and then they've got another mail truck backed up to it with packages and a tent. Why have they not done this? We're paying for a box that we don't even have. We just go up to the little window on the truck, tell them the number, and they tell us whether or not we have anything. You don't have a key, but you get charged for 2 keys.
There you go.
Isn't
Yeah.
that funny? I mean, and what are they doing? I mean, the post office federally makes money. Why are they not fixing this post office? And they can't tell you. They won't tell you. We waste so much money
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's crazy. The PO box thing is just. We have
it,
one for the channel. We thought we'd gotten away from that because when we first when we bought this property right here that we're on, we had no intention of living on it. We had an intention of just using it as recreational property to come up here and go deer hunting and turkey hunting and stuff like that. Um, but the more we were here, the more we loved this place. I mean, we just loved it, hated leaving it. Um, so we finally bit the bullet. I got in here, cleared, where we live out of the woods, cleared it out, built our pads and all that stuff. We got our house, all that stuff, shop, drilled a well, figured out how to get an electric easement, got everything done. So you want to talk about homestead? This deal right here was just straight woods. I mean, there was nothing. But the thing I loved about it is I could go out there in the middle of the road, and that's the other thing. There were no places where you could drive off the road into this property, off the
that's
county.
awesome.
You couldn't. There wasn't even a driveway. It was just woods. And we
Wow.
owned both sides of a county road, so we owned both sides. And so what I loved about it is I could go out there in the middle of that road, and I could probably take a nap in the middle of that road for about 4 to 5 hours a day without worrying about anybody running over me.
Wow.
That's
Because
nice.
not very many people drive down the road. Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie, welcome in.
Shake my head. Simple things with Tammy. That's horrible. So anyway, we decided we'd live, we'd move up here, and we moved up here, and it's been, really, really great. But we had to have a post office box. Because the mailman didn't run down our road at all. If you wanted to have a mailbox up here, the way they were doing it was 2 miles over from here where we live. They had a row of mailboxes along a blacktop paved road, and you could set yours in that row of mailboxes. And there's no houses or anything around. It's like middle of nowhere. Everybody's mailbox.
Yeah, anybody can take the mail.
I was like, I'm not having a mailbox 2 miles from the house. Out there on a road without even anything watching any of that stuff. So we got a PO box, and it was expensive.
Yeah.
You'd have to deal with going to the PO box, and everything.
Exactly.
And then if there's nobody, and they only work, like 3 hours a day down there. And if you miss that window, there's always a yellow piece of paper in your mailbox saying that you've got a package, but you can't get it because there's nobody there to give it to you. So we finally, all of a sudden one day, we noticed a mailbox go up on our road. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Wait a minute.
Like,
a mailbox
what's
went up on the road. What's going on? So, I'm sat out there by the road, and I caught the mailman coming by on the road. And I said,
That's
hey,
awesome.
are you running this road now? He said, yep. I said, can I put up a mailbox? Yep. I said, which side of the road's it got to be on? Either side. I said,
oh, nice.
I'll put it where I want it then.
But I'd be careful with subscribers and stuff. I would still, try to probably keep it at the post office, just because, let your friends know, and close, other channels and stuff. Maybe give them your personal so it can come directly to you. That's what we do. But for all others, it goes to the post office.
Well, see, that's what we did. We got the PO. We got a PO box again. We got rid of it. We didn't have it for quite a while, and we got one again simply because of the channel.
Yeah, you don't want people to know where you live, because there's weirdos out there. Just like they come in on your lives. They'll try to come into your house too.
Did you see your private chat up there?
Nope.
Look at that.
Let's see. Yep,
That's why
that's
you
why
don't.
I didn't.
That's
God
why.
gives us wisdom and discernment, and
That's why I was
I
nudging you.
knew in my spirit not to. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I kept nudging you. I'm like,
And we've had a few of those, and I
Yeah.
had one that really got upset when I didn't let him up, and he did all kind of vulgar stuff, but behind the scenes, nobody else had to witness it, and I'm okay with that as long as nobody else has to witness it.
Yeah.
know, but
discernment.
it's just sad. It's so
You need
sad
discernment.
that you got people that allow the devil to just use them and abuse them and wreak havoc on everybody else.
Yeah, they try to spread that.
Yep.
And yeah, these lives, you have to really watch these lives because
Hey there, Cabin in the Woods. There's our
there's
other
Tony.
friend.
Hey, Tony.
And Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Welcome in, my friend.
Rebecca Touched by Yarn. We're supposed to
She's
be doing
another sweetheart.
we're going to be doing a hat knitting get together with her. She's going to make us some hats, and we're going to kind of be on her live.
That's awesome. I would love for her to. I think she talked about teaching people on a live, like you get your little stuff and she teaches you how to do it, and that'd be awesome to learn. I know the basic, to make the straight line, but I don't know anything else after that. I learned that when I was a child, but I'd love to do it.
She'll be sitting on a live, and she'll show what she's done, and then she'll get down here and you'll just see her working away, and a little bit later she'll hold it up again and be
hold it up. Yeah,
that much farther up, and you're like,
so cool.
Wow,
she's so experienced though, you know what I mean? That's experience.
She is
And
moving
she's
along.
so sweet that she does that for everybody.
She was at the Mid-America meetup as well, and she was making hats the entire time she was there.
Wow.
And but yeah, these meetups are great. They're a great place to go and talk to people, get to know the channels and things like that. We knew no one. In May of last year, we did not know a single person. In early May, we didn't know a single person that was in any of these chats or anything. Not one person. I'll tell you how bad it was. We got there, and one of the first people I met at the Mid-America YouTube meetup was Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead, which is Bill. And Bill was trying to get over to see Jason Crocker, right?
Yeah, the Crockers.
So Bill was doing everything he could to be right there with Jason. And he said, hey, he said, I got to get my hat to this guy. I got to get my hat to him. And I said, who's that? He goes, Jason Crocker. And I go, who's that? He goes,
that's how
Jason
I was.
Crocker.
I didn't know anybody.
Who's that? And then,
what do you mean? Who's that? Huh?
And then there was Tim Roberts of Ridge Life. I had no idea who that was. Simple Living Reclaim or Simple Life Reclaim. Had no idea who that was. Come On, no idea. So anyway, they were all there. I had no idea.
That's nice. We've only been doing this for a little over 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's been so supportive, and I've learned a lot of names and a lot of channels in that little short period.
Yeah.
And thank God for every person that subscribed. And we pray every day for the channel, for all the other channels, all you guys. We pray for everybody because I just want to see everybody be successful. And you can tell it's your passion, Christine. everybody that is in the chat, yeah, it's a passion. You know what I mean? And like even Carrie, she gets up and does her videos and her little lives and stuff. She's so sweet and supportive. And I
Yeah.
mean, you just fall in love with everybody, just knowing that we're all a group of people that are thriving to help one another to get somewhere in our lives with our channels, if nothing else,
Yeah.
just to be friends, you know?
Right.
And
Hey,
that's all that's important.
I was going to ask you guys something. Do you, other than eggs, what do you, any other food come from your animals?
Yes.
Now we have taken
Chickens?
some meat chickens
Uh-huh.
and harvested some
Rabbits.
rabbits. We
Uh-huh.
have we plan on the goat milk. We have to build the little stand. We're waiting, you know, the goats are only about a month old. When they start weaning, we'll start going in that direction.
And
I want to learn how to make soap and milk and all that stuff.
the pigs, when
And,
the
and
pigs
then the
start,
pork?
yes.
We'll have babies, you know,
Yes.
from them. We're not the ones we have
Well, Cookie and Peanut
are going to
are the
be the
breeders. Yeah.
breeders.
Yeah. Bacon
So-
seeds. You're going to get some bacon seeds.
Yeah,
out of
bacon
it.
Bacon
seeds.
seeds, that's right,
I
bacon
love how
seeds.
Dale says that.
And we'll some people want me to set up and raise the pork for them, you know, until the weight is on them, and they're just going to come pick them up with a trailer, and they'll pay me, you know, for
Yeah.
my effort. So that's going to be another little gig we'll have going on. So
Now we intended to, when we started, when we bought the property, we intended to raise mostly, you know, our food and stuff like that. And then what happened was we had all
lot of
these
pets.
people start dropping off animals
and
and
rescuing this
needing
and
places for their animals to go. They couldn't take care of them anymore, or, you know, this and this and this. And then it became more animals to take care of than that's taking care of us, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
but we're trying to get back on track where we're producing something,
yeah.
you know, to put in the freezer camp. So,
Right, because it's very expensive to feed animals and not get really anything in return. So, and we love them and we play with them and stuff, but there's got to be a stopping point, you know. And we, for a while there, was getting calls almost every single day, people wanting us to take in their rescues, you know, and we're like, we finally had to say, nope, we don't have enough money to build enough pens to build, you know, to feed all this and to, you know, provide shelter and stuff. And it just got monotonous. And then we thought at some point we'd like to make it a manageable thing where we can get away from it, where it doesn't own us, we own it.
There you go. I liked your pins and stuff. I was watching the video today, and I liked the pins that you guys have built and stuff like that out there. I was noticing it looks like it's like right. The woods are just right next to that.
Right there.
I
Yeah.
mean, just right there. And I was wondering how many critters come running out of those woods and grab something every once in a while.
Sometimes they do. And more times than we'd like sometimes.
well,
But
I won't. I guess I can't. I mean, you fully understand what you have to do to some of the critters, you know. I mean,
the pest.
we don't let them just sit there and snatch our chickens. Trust me.
Oh no, I know that.
And we do have dogs, and they alarm. We've got that Great Pyrenees and Anatolian mix that is outside most of the time. We have two.
Oh, he chased a fox the other day, probably a couple miles in the woods. I had to jump in a 4-wheel and go find him,
Yeah.
and it took me a good 35 minutes to find him on a 4-wheel. I was running hard, but I'm trying to get him back, and he was still. I mean, he just didn't. He was on it. So I finally found him on my neighbor's, the back 100 acres back there, and way back on the other side of it. And he didn't want to. He didn't want to stop, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's some good weight.
So
Yeah.
he was trying to come.
Yeah, but right now we're worried about him. Like during the normal part of the year, you really don't have to worry a whole lot. But being hunting season, and this is a big hunting area. If he gets on somebody's property and they're going to take him out because they don't want him disturbing their setup,
Yeah.
and we get it. So we have to be a little more
Yeah,
mindful
we're keeping.
and make sure that he is staying in the pens. He stays with the male goats, and I let him come inside too at different times, just to hang out. But he's been being a bad boy running off, so I kind of punished him to
Well, he's chasing things.
be in the bro pen.
Those livestock guardian dogs, those the Pyrenees and stuff like that.
Yes.
During the day, it seems like they kind of hang around at home, but boy, at night they go everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean they do, because we don't have any dogs here, and at night there'll be our neighbors 3 miles down the road. Their dogs will be all over this property right here.
Oh,
Seems
wow.
at night. And during the day, you drive by, and they're just right there in their yard. But see, I have
Yeah.
cellular trail cameras everywhere, so I know what's on the property at any given time.
Absolutely.
And so I see their dogs
Yep.
like everywhere out here.
Yep.
At night. So anyway,
We got every square inch covered with trail cameras. I mean, I got them everywhere.
well,
But
it's good security, and you
It
get to
is.
and you get to see what's roaming your property and things like that. It's every morning I wake up, it's kind of like Christmas. One of the first things I do is
Right.
check the photos from the night and see what
yeah,
see what happened, while I was asleep and stuff like that. So, and the reason we got all these cellular trail cameras is because somebody actually came onto our property last summer. When I say last summer, it would be a year ago. I had planted some fruit trees over there, and you'd think, well, fruit trees, that ain't no big deal. I planted some fruit trees. Somebody came in the property and they pulled up all the fruit trees
Oh my goodness.
and carried them off.
Mm.
And when I first saw them pulled up, my first thought was a bear, because we have bears. And I thought, well, a bear came by and wanted this fruit tree for whatever and drug them off or whatever. And it was like a week after I planted them, so they were not rooted good, And then I got to looking around, and I noticed a lot of other things, like all of the trail cameras that we had, which were not cellular. We didn't have any cellular cameras. Every trail camera was gone.
Oh yeah.
They tore some, or blind. They tore some things up in a blind. They did some, they tore some stuff off some of our tree stands, and it was the neighbor kids is what it was. They actually took all the fruit trees up and they hid them in the brush not too far from the road. And I guess their plan was to come back after dark and grab those fruit trees and take them, I guess, home with them. I don't know what they were going to do. So I ended up calling the sheriff, and he came down, and we went around, and nobody would come out of the house. You could see the curtains moving and everything. They just would not come to the door.
That's bad.
Well, yeah. Well, for about a month after that, every day was target practice on the property.
Nice. We've done that before. We've had kind of the same issues, and we've done the same.
Yep. Let it rain.
And we bought cellular trail cameras that day. I mean, it was like immediately we put them up everywhere, and we haven't had an issue since.
That's good.
Everybody's got this thing in their head that he's got me now.
Yep. Well, we another little fun thing we do, and I hate to do it during deer hunting season, but we have an air horn, and there's people that come because they think they still own this property from years ago and they could do whatever they want.
Well, they're trying to hunt,
and they try to sneak on here and hunt, and
I sneak up on that air horn,
scare them to death. Well, I have to tell you a quick story. It's so funny, but not funny. We had a pastor come up here. And I mean, there's no street lights, nothing
Oh,
out
it's
here.
dark,
Okay.
yeah.
It's very dark and it's in the country. And pastor comes up here. We
Eight-
have a big gate in the
Well, it
front,
was
locked,
almost 9 o'clock. At night.
almost 9 o'clock at night. And he's got a friend with him. And Mark runs around the edge of the property and they don't see him. He's camouflaged because he heard the dogs bark and seen somebody pulled up, turned their lights off. He runs around and he said, "Can I help you?" They like to fell out on the ground because, like I said, there's no lights. And then we had this cat named Stinky, and Stinky liked jumping on people, either jumping on them here or their back. So finally, Mark calmed him down and he's talking to him. He's like, y'all should know better and come out to people's places at this time of the night. I love what you're doing, but wrong time, wrong place, And right about that time that he got him calmed down, our cat jumped up on the other guy's back, just being friendly.
Oh,
That guy hit his knees and screamed.
yeah.
Attack cat.
I guarantee you they won't come back out here at night at that time of night trying to minister to people. I mean,
Oh, they were
it's
just
wonderful that they're ministering and trying to get people to come to their church, but that's the wrong way to do it.
oh yeah, pull up at night,
Almost
you know,
9 o'clock.
that might have worked, what, back in the 70s, 80s, stuff like that.
Right.
You don't do that now.
No.
No. I
You
mean,
do
certain
not.
things start going through my mind, like,
And that's what Mark was telling him, like, man, don't you know what kind of people you dealing with nowadays? You got to be careful. You don't do stuff like this,
Yeah.
especially in the middle of the country. Come on,
but yeah, it
Yeah.
was a little crazy.
But we laugh. We still laugh about that. It was pitiful. He called the pastor the next day and apologized to him. And it was just funny.
Well,
Target practice keeps everyone true. Yep.
yeah, I'm getting ready to do some target practice here because that's going to be another video getting, things figured out what we're going to do this year. But yeah, the Tony's I like to watch Tony's channel. I really do.
Kettle Kitchen, Tony.
No, Our Cabin in the Woods, both of them.
Oh,
Kettle
okay.
Kitchen
Other
and
cabin.
Our Cabin
Gotcha.
in the Woods. But
Yeah.
Tony has internet now.
Awesome.
And if you didn't know it, Tony, when he would put out a video, it would take out like sometimes a day, over a day to load it. And he got internet, and he's actually done a couple of little pop-up lives and stuff like that.
Nice.
And so he's going to start doing some lives. LOL. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Tony, have you figured out when you're going to go live?
And we're going to have to get
and we're going to
internet
see
here.
him and Angie at Pinecone Fest this coming weekend, and they are going on the cruise that we're all going on. So the Alaska cruise in 2025. So
Nice.
we get to hang out with them there as well.
Don't you like Tony and Joni too at
Yes,
Creekside Maples and
yeah.
Creekside Chronicles? They're awesome too.
Yeah, there's several Tonys.
That Mark just subscribed to Tony and them at Our Cabin in the Woods as well.
On my other channel. So.
Hey,
I've been subscribed to them.
yeah, you need to subscribe to Tony. He's got a good channel.
We got him hooked up.
Usually if I see somebody that's real interactive in chats, in lives and stuff like that, and you know that they're somebody that is a good person and you see that they're having good conversation, I automatically go and subscribe to them. I don't even watch their content. I just go subscribe. Now, if I see questionable stuff pop up when I'm watching them that I'm not so much into more than once or twice, and I'm like, not so good for me, we'll just unsubscribe.
Yeah.
But I try to be courteous to most people. You know what I'm saying?
So he says hard to pick a time, plus Angie's work time changes every week.
Just do it, man. Just like Mark, he comes in at all kinds of weird hours. What he's doing now, we had our own business. I mean, we still do. We do it on the side, but he's had to take a job doing plumbing because that's something, a trade he has. So he gets in a lot later. So just go for the gusto, do it. And if Angie pops up, she can pop up. But we just got to do what we got to do. Get them subscribers in there and some new
Yeah.
friends and lives going on.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm supposed to be traveling whenever our live is going to happen this week, which is that 5 o'clock Thursday thing. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this deal because Christine's not going to be there.
Just cancel it. Don't put yourself through that. It's not going to kill you one time.
Yeah, I'm probably going to I'm probably going to do it. It's just one of those things that I feel like it's something I need to do.
Well,
So,
if you need to, then do it.
So I'm trying to figure. I was hoping that I would actually be where I'm going to be, and I would be sitting there and able to do the live, right?
Yeah.
And I was probably going to do like what we're doing right now. I was probably going to bring somebody in to help me through the live because Christine's going to be actually traveling. She'll be on a plane through that whole time, so she won't be able to help me. And the problem is, I may be driving at that time because I'm waiting on some tires to come in. You know how it is nowadays. You can't just go to a tire store and buy tires.
Nope. Everything's complicated
You
now.
remember those days whenever you could just drive down to the tire store and get a set of tires?
Yep. Now you got to schedule an appointment and they got to order tires and blah, blah, blah.
Order tires and
right.
Well, I had to order. Nobody in town carried the tires that I needed for my truck at all.
Yeah.
So I had to order the tires online. So, it said whenever I ordered them, it said that it was going to be, and then you just take them to a tire store and have them put on. Well, they said that it was, that we would have them by like today, Tuesday. Well, now they're like, no, it's going to be Thursday. Well, Thursday was my travel day. Okay. So it's UPS, and that means it could be anywhere from noon to 5. If it's at noon, great. If it's at 5, it's a no-go because I've got to be able to get the tires on and actually leave because I've got to pick Christine up from DFW on Thursday night. So it's she sent me something tracking a package. So maybe she's
that's
probably listening.
Maybe that's your tires.
Yeah, she heard me talking and she sent me the track on that package to track the delivery.
I was just fixing to say, we can always, when we go to bed tonight, pray that they show up tomorrow instead of Thursday.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, they shipped yesterday. I was like, how many days does it take them to get here?
Yeah.
So primetime watchable hours, that would make it tricky and to be courteous.
Yeah, I mean, just like us, we was having a hard time. Like, because we didn't want to step on anybody's toes and be on somebody else's time. But, just have consideration for the ones you really like to watch, and then just go ahead and try to find a slot where somebody you're not a super duper fan of, and then get into that spot. And then that way, not that you don't like other people, but, just
you gotta do your own thing, Tony. I mean, if we all waited until there's nobody in a spot,
we'd never do it.
Able to go at any time. I mean, look at Homestead Hangout. There's several that go at the same time. Like there's Bland's Promised Land Ranch. There's My Wild Home. Then and they're going at the same time that Muddin' for Nothing is, and
I'll just bounce back between the two.
Kettle Kitchen and
Yep.
then Alaska Bill's on Thursday night as well. So you got all these channels that you just got to go. I mean, so you just pick a spot and go with it.
I know you and Christine probably do like me. Y'all bounce around when it's two channels y'all like a lot, kind of watch a little bit of both of them in between, or having two phones going where I can kind of see both of them because just want to give support to both. So that's
What
an option too.
Well, what we typically do is we have two iMacs in the house. We have the iMacs running. We've got two iPads and we got our phones, and so we have pretty much a live on going on all of them. And I can kind of pay attention to more than one live at a time as long as I'm
Me
like
too.
not on the screen.
Right.
If I'm on the screen, I can't. But if I'm not on the screen, I can pay attention to 2 or 3 lives and stuff like that. And that's what people do all the time, because you're going to catch something in one live, and then you're able to bring
Right.
something to every live, and you're able to take something away from every single live.
Absolutely.
So just get out there and support everybody.
Yep.
And do the
And
best.
thank God for the mods, huh?
Oh
That
yeah.
are so awesome
My God.
and that bounce around between a few of them and mod for all of them. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. If if you got a channel like Tony, whenever you get your channel, if it's not a time whenever Jesse is super busy, Jesse's a really good mod. Freedom Redbird, really good mod. Jan, really good mod, from Simply Jan.
Now, I've had people put me on their channel as mods, and I mean, I'll say hi or whatever, but I'm not good like all them other ones.
I'm not a great mod. I'm a mod on some channels and stuff like that. But my main, a good mod will put channel links and all that stuff up, and
Right.
they'll look at things whenever people talk about things. They'll look it up and maybe put a link to what
Yeah.
we're talking about and stuff like that. My thing about modding is like watching the chat and
Yeah.
making sure somebody doesn't put something in there. Like somebody put something in Josh from Southern Roots Alaskan Branches one night, and I'm sorry, it wasn't Southern Roots. Somebody did come in on Southern Roots and said some bad things, and he missed them. And I wasn't a mod at the time, and his mods weren't in house. So I told him, make me a mod just so I could get rid of
Right.
that before
Right.
everybody had to read it. And then on Sherman's farm, Sherman's family farm, or
Mm-hmm.
it,
Yeah, it is. It's Sherman's Family Farm. You got it.
on Sherman's, he read it, and it was bad. And
That's sad.
they,
That New York one that came in earlier had threw some stuff up, and I erased it out of the chat. Thank God, because and then you brought it to my attention, the private chat, because I didn't even look over there.
yeah.
But yeah,
Can you
gotta be
imagine
on
what would
board.
have happened if you'd have brought that person up?
Yep. That's why.
That could have been a bad deal.
Yep.
Right there.
That's why if I don't know you, and
That
that's
could have been
another thing,
very,
if I
very bad.
subscribe to somebody's channel and I go and watch their content and I know what they look like, I see their mannerisms, and then when they pop up, you know who it is when they pop up
Yeah.
in your chat, I mean in your basement down there. But if I don't know them, I don't know the name, and I don't know the face, you ain't coming in, buddy. You know what I'm saying? No way, no how. And I'll let them know. And I make them mad, but I don't care. I just let them know, not here, baby, not happening.
No, anything. I mean, it's your life, so
Exactly.
ultimately you're responsible for it. And so what they do, it's your responsibility. And if they do something silly, like they could, because this is live,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they do something silly on your live, it could get you completely taken off of YouTube.
Yep.
And that wouldn't be a good thing. So everybody out there in the chat, on ours, if you notice, whenever we have our Saturday night chilling with the Gillums and stuff like that, I don't put the channel link in the chat. Typically, I just I do invites, and it's because of that, because I don't want to. For one thing, I don't really like to. You can get a lot of people in something like that. You could fill your complete deal up and have a bunch of your friends sitting in the basement, and they're
Yep.
and they're your friends as well. And then it's uncomfortable to ask people to step down so other people can come up.
Right.
That's one thing. And then you have people that just kind of cruise in, and if you hit the wrong button, you pulled somebody up like that.
Right.
And um,
It's risky. It's
it's
definitely
risky.
risky.
So typically I send out invites and stuff like it's not because I don't like everybody.
Oh,
It's
I get it.
it's just that, what I look for is people are going to be really engaging.
Yeah,
Plus they're really going to watch the chat and
exactly.
make sure that they, so it can get a little hectic sometimes, but we have a good
But
time
it's
with it.
fun. But Marty, on the lives and, our cabin in the woods, if you do lives and you do like Johnny and I are saying, either invite people personally to come up, or if you do put a link in there, make sure you know who is coming up, because it'll stay, if you're not used to StreamYard, it'll be foggy, like there's a little haze over the picture. You can see them, but they're not going to come up unless you bring them onto the screen. And they can do crazy stuff in front of you, but don't ever just let somebody on your live that you don't know, because they can do very vulgar things and really mess up your live stream.
Yeah.
And it's very uncomfortable. And
yeah. Just imagine someone popping on the screen and doing something very, like she said, very vulgar. Just
and
immediately.
they've done it here.
And whenever they do, YouTube watches that stuff. And whenever they do, it's your channel.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're responsible for that vulgar thing that they did.
Yep.
And so they can just totally take your channel away, and you're caught. I mean, and when you've built a channel, like, we're all building a channel here. I'm building a channel.
Yep.
Gene and Mark are building a channel. When you're building a channel like that, you can't afford to have anybody to mess it up for you. The other
Right.
thing is make sure you know your mods.
Exactly.
If you make an administrator mod, you need to trust that person explicitly, because an administrator mod can actually run your live. They can actually do the entire.
Run or ruin.
They can make a live for you.
Yeah.
For your channel, they can do I mean, you could be asleep 2 o'clock in the morning, and if you have an administrator mod, they can build a live on your channel and run it, and you're not even around. So,
yeah.
And we're not trying to scare you. We're just trying to make you aware, because we too had to learn. Tiffany from Mud and Mascara, and Rebecca from Touch by Yarn, and Peaceful Des, and Homestead in the Woods with D, and Devil
Heather,
Dog. These are all people that's helped me and told me things to watch for, because I wouldn't have had a clue. And I would have been like excited to have people come up on my live, and brought them on up because when you don't know, it's an exciting thing to say, oh, somebody wants to come on my live, and it's somebody to talk to, especially when you're alone. Like Mark wasn't here earlier, and it's kind of hard sometimes. Do you agree, Johnny, when you're talking to yourself, and don't have somebody to talk to on a live, it's not quite as fun or engaging.
Yeah.
So you might be tempted to say, well, let me bring this person up so I have somebody to talk to. Bam, they've ruined your live.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, got you knocked
you
off
know,
YouTube.
yeah,
You're removed.
if it happens and you accidentally bring them up, you might want to press end stream, which is going to be on your top right, quickly. And that way YouTube does see that you tried to remedy it, and make something happen before it gets too carried away. But
Yeah.
grab the coattails of Johnny or anybody else, all of us, what we know we're willing to share,
Absolutely.
because somebody shared with us. So if you ever need help with any of it, you could go on. Like, the one thing I love about StreamYard is that you can do these little mock stream things before you're even out there live. Like if Johnny and Christine and I wanted to get up and have a little live without it actually being live and talk, we could do that, and they can train me without anybody seeing what's going on, or they can train me live in front of everybody.
Yep.
So that's options you have. We can bring you behind the scenes and work with you and teach you where things are from what we know, and share that knowledge, and then in turn you go and do the same for somebody else, because that's what I love about this community. Everybody helps everybody, instead of, people thinking, oh, I don't want to help them because they're going to get bigger than me, and then, they're not even they're going to smash me. And that's how a lot of people do. I don't care. I pray for everybody. I want y'all to skyrocket. You know what I'm saying?
There should never be any competition in YouTube.
No, ever. And I agree 100%.
Never compete in YouTube. You just do your
Exactly.
thing. Do not worry about what everyone else is doing. You do your thing, and then
That's right.
just go on like that.
Because
And
God will bless it. If you're pure in heart, He will bless it, and you'll go wherever you're trying to get with it.
yep.
He'll bless it.
And
Just keep it
Gene,
real.
those were great words of wisdom. Everything that you said was spot on. And you know, there's a lot of milestones in YouTube. Being able to do your first live, your first moderator that you get, your first everything. And I've been lucky to have a lot of help with that kind of stuff. People have helped me out. I think I was on backstage with Jess from Lazy Days Ahead, Jesse, and so he taught me a lot of this stuff. Because Dale 98, I gotta shout out Dale. The very first time I ever even knew about StreamYard was 9 Acre Family Farms. He was teaching me how to do StreamYard. And then Jesse,
That's awesome.
Jesse basically fine-tuned me after that on that kind of stuff.
Oh, Tony from Kettle Kitchen too helped with Tiffany. Came on and did that with me, and they was telling me and teaching me too. So I got to shout him out as well while we're shouting out.
So, but Heather, somebody had mentioned that Heather is a really good mod, and Heather is.
He is.
And there she is, Heather Landskren. She is very good. And I'm hoping I said the name right. Is it Heather Landskren? Landskren? Is that the way you say it?
That's how I say it as well.
And then there is Scotty.
Scotty Too Hottie.
And that'd be a new channel for me. I'm looking in here. I'm trying to figure out who I'm.
Scotty is on a few different lives that I've been in as well.
Okay.
Do you know Des, Scotty? I'm trying to remember where I first met you.
Yes, Heather said yes. I
Yes.
pronounced it correctly. All right, great. And there's, you know, there's just some people that you're going to see whenever you do a video. There's going to be some people that are going to be in almost every one of your comment sections and stuff like that. And Jean is one of them. And then Karen, there's a Karen Breast. Heather is
Mm-hmm.
always there. Tony,
Got Roper.
yeah, Doc
Um,
Roper. I've got there's a lady that watches almost every video. Her name is Patsy Guthrie. And she, I pray a lot for Patsy. She's had lots of health issues in the past and stuff like that. And
our people in our prayers too.
yeah, and whenever you have an issue or something like that, and whenever I say an issue, whenever you're struggling with something, whenever you're having some health issues or you're having some things that you need prayer for, don't be afraid to say, can everybody say a little prayer for me? Because we'll say a prayer for you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We will, because we believe that prayer will raise you up, and prayer can heal, and prayer can and make things better.
Absolutely.
So we will pray for you. So if
Definitely.
you have something that, don't be afraid to put it in the chat. Can you pray for me?
Exactly.
I'm having, something's going on right now. And you don't even have to say what it is. You just say, can you just say a little prayer for me? I got some things going on right now, and we'll understand, and we'll pray. Christine, my
And
wife.
also, I know y'all have your email address on your description as well, correct? Your about page.
Mm-hmm.
And we do too. So if you don't want to come out in the live and you want something, hey, Xander, welcome in. If you don't want to say it in the chat, and you want to reach out to us by email, for prayer or anything, please don't hesitate. Because when I tell you, and I'm pretty positive when Johnny and Christine tell you they're going to pray for you, they mean it. They're not just talking out the side of their head. They mean it.
Yeah,
They'll pray for you.
Me and Christine, she is on that stuff. I mean, and I am too, but she is, if something ever slips my mind, she's right there for it.
And that's Mark and I. We pray for everybody, and we pray together before we get out the bed and before we go to sleep every night.
Yeah. Yeah. We want everybody and this is our family. This is family here. So
this is the family you choose, not the ones we were just handed.
Yeah, this is the family we choose. That's correct. And we really, like I said, a lot of things we brought up tonight. YouTube's not a competition.
Nope.
We're all in it together, and we're just doing our thing and stuff like that. And a lot of people have said the same thing that I have in the past. The reason we started a YouTube channel is just because I wish I could have seen my grandpa on video at some point in time, showing me what to do on different things and stuff like that. If I could just talk to him again. And that's the whole reason we built a channel, because we figured, well, when we're gone, this will be something they can fall back on, and they can, see what grandma and grandpa did,
Rebecca's saying her van engine is about to blow, and now I don't have a car anymore. So, do you want to pray for Rebecca's van?
Sure.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh Lord, we come to you in prayer for Rebecca's van. We know that you can do all things are possible for you, Lord, and we pray for her that you supply her with a new vehicle, something that's
dependable
and out the blue for her. And we know that you can do it, God, and we pray for her and bring a peace with the situation, Lord. Don't let it, frustrate her or give her any frustrations or anything like that, so it don't affect her health. Because we know when you get frustrated, it does affect your health. When you get blindsided. So Lord, we just pray right now that you supply her with a vehicle, and we know that you can do it in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Yes, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
So,
And we'll continue to pray for that, Rebecca. And
Rebecca,
congratulations again for what you and your brother did on Tony's channel. God bless y'all
so
on Creekside Chronicles.
Rebecca, you said your van's engine's about to blow. What's going on with it? I'm a little bit mechanically inclined.
Hmm.
So sometimes whenever you think your engine's about to blow, there might be something else, is what I'm
Right.
getting at.
Something that is fixable and not so scary. Might be scary to you, but it might not be too horrible to Johnny or Mark or somebody that knows about these things.
Exactly. So, but anyway, we'll everybody keep Rebecca and her vehicle in your thoughts and prayers,
Absolutely.
because it's bad to be without a vehicle. I
It
mean,
is.
nowadays cars are so expensive. It doesn't matter if it's an old car or new car or anything. Cars are just expensive. I mean,
And the parts are outrageous as well. They're horrible.
oh yeah, parts. And if they fit, it's a surprise if one fits the part. I mean,
Right.
hi, Xander. So, yeah, you buy a brand new part for, almost everything I buy for that GTO has to be modified in some way to put it on there. It doesn't matter what it is.
And don't be afraid to get parts from I don't know if y'all have them there. You pull it where you go and you pull your part or get secondhand parts. We have these places where you can go in if you're mechanically inclined. They bring these vehicles that have been wrecked or something. You might want the radiator out of it, and it's really cheap. You go and pull it out, and they guarantee some things, but not everything. And it makes it nice where you're not spending a fortune on parts.
So, Rebecca, it sounds like you're talking about you have an engine knock. You said, I went to my mechanic and he said it's down in the crank area. Okay. Now, your mechanic probably knows what's going on, but I'm going to tell you a couple other things that make knocks like that. One of them is a cracked flywheel. A cracked flywheel, a loose torque converter, those will also make knocks, deep, low knocks. So I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I hope your mechanic checked your flywheel and stuff like that. Another thing to do is to actually pull the belts off the front of the engine and start it and listen to it. Because sometimes your accessories can cause a noise that will, you'll think it's engine and it's an accessory, it'd be an air conditioner, compressor, or a alternator, the power steering pump, something like that. So if you pull those, you can hear the actual just engine. Just some things I'm throwing out there to, I'm not saying that's, if your mechanic is a good mechanic, they're probably right. It's probably got something going on in the crank. But if they just sat there and popped the hood and kind of listened and said, yeah, it sounds like it's down in the crank, have that other stuff checked before.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you can go by AutoZone sometimes, and there's guys that are mechanically inclined, and especially with some women, they'll listen to it, and they're not supposed to give you advice, but they do sometimes to help you. Just pray about it, because you could get a second opinion and it not cost you anything. And Scotty says that he is not able to work due to an injury, been over 3 months and nowhere close to being able to go back. My guardhouse was knocked over by a truck.
Oh,
Were you in the
Uh-huh.
guardhouse, Scotty?
That's what I was wondering.
I'm assuming he was in the guardhouse whenever it was hit by a truck.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Is that what happened, Scotty? But Lord, we pray for Scotty right now that you help him through this injury, help him to be able to find a good doctor that can help him with this. But you are the great physician, Lord. You can heal anything. Help him to get back where he has an income coming in or some kind of supplemental income to help him, because we know these times are rough, Lord, and we know that you and only you can make a change in his life and give him what he needs, God. So we're asking that right now in the name of your mighty Son, Jesus Christ, that you help Scotty get where he needs to be in life with his injury and his finances. In the name of Jesus, amen.
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 Tony says, take the belt off and listen.
Yes, that's a good idea. That will work.
Yep, that's one of the first things I do is whenever I
Yep.
start having a weird engine noise, I pull the belt off
Yeah.
and start her up.
Daddy said yes. I think he was in the board chat.
So you was in the guard check, and he says, thank for the prayers. Thank you. Hey, custom screen printing, Wayne. Good to see you, buddy. Wayne's another awesome guy that's helped me as well. Shout outs and, talking you through stuff. He's got custom screen printing, and
Okay.
he's just a wonderful human being. And he sings really well. He actually sang to me. We was talking about Christian music and One Day at a Time and all, and he sang to me. And y'all need to check out Wayne on custom screen printing. He's an awesome guy.
Get back to Rebecca. He said that he put it in the drive and it got worse. That's still, that could be any AC compressor or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he revved the engine, went in park, and had me put it in gear. The sound got worse. Rebecca, did he get under the vehicle? Because, like I said, a cracked flywheel will make a knocking sound, a deep knock. And I've had it happen. Yeah.
We're good, Wayne. Thank you so much.
My work truck right now, the AC compressor.
It won't work.
I'm not.
Alexander, I wasn't telling her to do it. I was saying have someone to take the belt off of it. So she's got
Right.
a mechanic. The mechanic can do all that stuff. So I use 3/4 heaters as stethoscope to zero in on right where the noise is. Yep. I use a stick a lot of times.
Mhm.
So and he didn't get under the vehicle.
You are more than welcome, Scotty.
Yep. Look for broken motor mounts. That's another one. Because if it's the engine's moving, if the motor mount's broke, it can cause a deep sound, a knocking type sound. There's a lot of things that can cause a knock. If you can narrow it down and stuff like that. There's one of the things that you can do to make sure, have somebody pull the oil filter off of it and cut the oil filter open and look in it. If it's full of metal shavings, there you go.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
go. If there's nothing in that oil filter, if you just have oil, it's just dirty oil. It's not your crank. So there's a lot of ways to check that stuff. And Alexander, she does know how to remove the belt. There you go.
Bro.
You go, Rebecca. Thank you
There
so
you
much,
go.
Wayne. my husband Mark subscribed to your page as well, on his personal page, Wayne. I also do a devotional on Sundays. You never know what time it's coming out on Sundays, but I always do a devotional. I've had a few times I was like, I just don't feel like it. Like this past Sunday, I was sick, wasn't feeling good. Not really sick, but I was just really feeling bad. And I still had to do it. I had to be obedient and do it. So,
Good.
I put out that devotional on Sundays if y'all want to go check that out sometimes.
Custom screen printing, new friend here.
Yep. Yeah, y'all will love him. Wayne is a real good supporter. He is a good person, and he's a godly man too. And that's really a wonderful thing.
There you go.
Man, I love it when people aren't afraid to talk about their faith, because we have too many people that, I'm not saying get crazy religious and all that. I'm not talking about that at all, but to share our love for the Lord and to pray for one another, I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
So Rebecca said she's going to give me a call.
Good deal.
So I'm assuming we're going to talk about the car. I'm going to tell you right now, the first thing, before anything, won't cost you anything but cord oil and an oil filter. Pull that oil filter off that car and cut it open.
Yeah.
There's no metal in there.
Oh, her
It's
dad's
not
gonna
it's not your rods. So
No, and I have heard my sister had a vehicle that the motor mount come off of, and it was knocking really bad, and they was like, oh, it's the engine, and it come to find out it was the mount, and it just got fixed and no problems.
I drive a lot
But
of
she was
diesel.
terrified.
I drive a lot of diesel trucks, and if a motor mount goes out on a diesel, it makes all kinds of wild noises because of all the torque and things that they got going anyway. And it, there's just a lot of things that can make a deep knock that's
Yeah.
not the engine. So
Might want to let Nina go potty because she's getting all anxious
and I
here.
hope and pray that we're steering you straight, but I can tell you 100% right now, if you pull the oil filter off and it hadn't got any metal
Metal
shavings in it,
filings, right?
your engine is fine. There is something else
Yeah.
going on.
And that's an easy check
Yeah.
instead of, costing you a fortune to get it checked.
Yeah. You take one of those it's kind of like you can do it with a carpet knife. You can go around the end of it with the part that screws on, you actually cut around it. You pull that out and the filter comes out. You open that filter up and you just look through it and you'll see if there's metal and things in there. And because to create a knock internally, it has to be eating itself. So if it's eating itself, it's all going to be in your oil filter. So
Wayne he does really wonderful work on printing and stuff on t-shirts. So if anybody needs any work like that done, check him out because he's got some good work. Good stuff he does.
Where he's located, is that on his about page?
Wayne, is it on your page where you're located, or can you tell Johnny where you're located?
Kind of just you don't have to tell me your address, just kind of a general.
Yeah.
What state
He
you're
does
in,
it for a
maybe
living.
something. So
he just done some for Tasha. Can't remember the name of her channel now. She has big rigs and stuff, and he's done some nice ones for her.
yeah. All right.
Well,
There's a,
guys, I
there's a,
think that we're gonna probably shut it down. 4:30 comes early. Mark's got to get up in the morning, and I got to feed critters. So he's hanging out the white flag.
I
well,
surrender.
yeah, you
So
got,
we thank you, Johnny,
you
for
got
coming
3
up.
hours out of this deal. And
Yeah.
thank you for having me on. And
We appreciate you very much.
Thank
We
you.
have our watch hours now. We just need subscribers.
It was
yeah, I'm
so nice
looking.
to meet you, Johnny. Thank
Huh?
you.
Yes,
It's so nice to meet you.
yes, and we'll be, like I said, if you like hunting, I got a video coming out. I've got another, I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm always got things in queue, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to them. I put my race like ahead of a bunch of stuff to try to get it
But
out.
that's fun. You gotta have
timely.
that.
But anyway, well, anyway, it was good talking to everybody, and I thank you for
You as
inviting me
well.
on, and I will see you guys in the next one, I guess.
And Wayne put his www.nameless-t-shirtwear.com. So y'all check him out. Good night.
Good night,
We love
everyone.
y'all. We appreciate everybody that hung in there with us.
Thank
Y'all
y'all.
have a wonderful night. God bless.